And Mr. Felix, we did it. Guys, we got Big Boss Cooper back in the house. It's been a long time since he's been on the channel. And my man, I'm excited to have you here. And we're here for a wondrous occasion. Guys, if you don't know, Mr. Felix here has been a trader. He's been running around with a bunch of toaster heads. I have visual audio proof of this. I have photographic proof of the toaster heads that he was just running at the WTC last week. But today he is back on Team Green. We are here. We're doing a full data sheet review of the brand new Codex. We could not be more excited. Felix, welcome back. How you feeling?
Thank you, thank you. Feeling great. AdMech feels toast. So it's great to be back to being green.
Are you trying to tell me that AdMech feels
No,
toast?
AdMech are great. They are really good. It's just currently now with WC over, I'm gonna retire my AdMech for a little while because I'm looking more at current like 3 or 4 team events I'm going to are 5-man, and AdMech in 5-mans are a lot more difficult to pair around.
uh,
Um,
I respect that. And
but
and if you guys don't know,
but
Felix
what?
just made his first appearance at the World Teams Championship this past year. Massive congratulations to you, man.
Thank you. I was a traitor in another way there.
No, 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 no. You just looked after number one on that one, and I think it was awesome. So he represented Team Latvia, and he absolutely smashed with those Latvians over there. Really, really great
Yeah.
performance. Actually, it was super exciting to show you. It was the first time I ever got to meet you in real life.
Yeah, same.
It's been like
It's
we've been
been a
friends
long
for like
time
6
coming.
years, and I think it's the first time we.
It's crazy. I think it's even more than 6 years. It might be like seven
It could
years,
be. It could be.
something like.
It could be.
It's so long.
But Grats and Gits, we have an exciting show for us tonight because it is the new age of the new Wa. Look to the west. We are here. It is time. My goodness gracious. Team Green is here. I'm just going to do this real fast. Felix, I want to hear your first impressions as well. We're just going to do a real quick, broad overview of how we feel about the new book. And then we're going to dive right into these data sheets and we're going to be giving you guys specifics. We're going to talk exactly about how we're thinking to utilize these things. So, super broad, right off the rip. This codex, with the points that we have, is not as strong as current works. That is not a problem. And that is not me saying that these current orcs
Thank
are not
goodness for
good.
that.
These orcs are very good. It's just not quite as strong as what I was piloting at the WTC a few weeks ago. That is totally fine. It's not a problem. But I know a lot of people are going to be really concerned with all these new data sheets because some of these data sheets have gotten legit glow ups. But the points have actually gone up kind of wildly up on the vast majority of the codex. There's a few models, like the guy that might be on screen right now, who's probably too cheap, to be clear, but almost everything else is too expensive, which I think is going to balance it out for a very smooth release. Felix, what's your initial overreaching impression? And then we'll dive right into it.
Very excited. It feels like orcs are shifting to a different type of army. We're going more for combined arms. We're going for less horde,
Yeah.
and we're going for not one big all-in push. We're actually gonna play the game, which I've been crying about for like 6 years now. I think that it's a terrible design, but finally GW got the message
Yeah.
that I didn't send, but but they fixed it. So we're not going one turn everything else all in.
Dude, you know what? I'm right there with you, and I totally love it. And just to address the chat, because Mass Brofek said it, and I gotta call my boy, and I gotta be on my boy's team. Yes, Gaz is way too cheap. You're completely right. But basically everything else is way too expensive, so it's going to end up at some level of equilibrium. And when I say basically everything else, I do mean basically. Like there are exceptions to that for sure. Blasted Jets. Anyway, Felix, let's dive right in. How do you feel like Gaz?
Yes, that. I'm not sure if he. I know he's not too expensive. I'm not sure if he's too cheap. He's gained a lot, and he's lost some other things.
Yep.
Um, Notably, he's easier to kill. 6 more wounds than normal, but he doesn't have a whole entourage of boys nor Makari.
He is T10
Uh,
instead of T6, and he is loan op, to be clear.
he
I'm
is,
just saying.
but I think the loan up is very overvalued here. Is my take.
Interesting.
It's very good for the staging, but once he's gotten stuck in the, because with it's kind of a double-edged sword. He has the 6 inch of buffing your army,
Yep.
which is a melee, which means not for the shooting. So your army is gonna be far forward because you're trying to push, get some points, presumably. Which means he will have to be forward and be near them after the charge as well.
Sure.
This means that he's going to be forward, which means loan up is less valuable. I think it's very good to keep him safe
Yeah.
and staging and pushing from the start, but once he's stuck in, that loan up is going to be very neglectable.
So why don't we go through his actual sheet and then we'll break a few other things down. You guys have probably seen Gaz kind of ad nauseum because of like the releases, so we'll be kind of brief on this one. So basically, his shooting is better. It's 12 shots, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. He also has a point blank, meaning he can shoot a close quarters with a flamer effectively, which is 2d6 plus 2, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. So his shooting is actually way better. And the fact that he is lone op now means that you don't have to worry about getting rid of hidden, which means you might actually shoot his gun. Then his attacks is going to be Cleave 2, which is so sexy, with Devastating Wounds, which is so sexy. 7 attacks, hits on 2s, strength 14, AP 3, damage 4. And then he's got his extra attack, which is Devastating Wounds with Precision, hits out of 2, strength 14, AP 2, D3 plus 3 damage. So that's his melee. And then lastly, his abilities. He's lone up as long as he's within 3 inches of any friendly orc infantry unit, including other lone up orcs infantry, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Once per game in your movement phase, you can choose equal to or less than the current battle round number of orcs units and then just make them riled up. And the fact that this is in the movement phase is really sick because you can see how far some of these units may have advanced before you choose who wants to get riled up, which means that you go into the wall. And then lastly, he's got that 6-inch aura of +1 to hit and +1 to wound in melee. And that is that's Gaz. So Felix,
Yes, the
go for it.
melee's gotten a lot better
Yeah.
against like Terminators, for example. That kind
Mm-hmm.
of more elite infantry. It's gotten a lot worse into worse units like if there's just like a trash unit, like 10 cultists, the cleave 2 is nice, but his old sweep was very good at clearing those up.
Yeah,
But it's a bit of a side grade, but I'm leaning more to an upgrade.
I think
The
so.
main thing with him is really to put things in rile up. That
Strong, strong.
abilities, and people need to keep in mind that riled up now, it's not a you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna kill stuff. It's a movement thing or an invul thing. It's just to give us assault and advanced charge, kind of.
And certain abilities as well. Certain abilities will pop off. Yeah.
Sometimes, yes. Which is very important, which can also be very good with, which we'll go over later, some of the shooting units that gained, I don't know, maybe sustained hits or something. We'll find out.
Ooh, yeah, maybe my favorite unit in the Codex.
Yes. So it might just not be we don't need to use it for the forward,
Yeah.
but just buffing the shooting could be a thing.
And I do want to address one thing because I've seen some people having a misunderstanding on Reddit and some other places. You do still get to call the WA. You do still have a once per game everyone gets riled up. So that totally still happens. So don't worry about that, guys. You still do get to scream WA and be very obnoxious. Trust me, I was very
Uh,
obnoxious in Belgium. I did it. I lost my voice. Totally worth it.
I I can't remember how many games I just stopped and heard someone yell a walk somewhere, and I was like, some of them are more impressive than others, but
Yes.
it was a fun time.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We saw Gaz. Let's talk about mini Gaz, Boss Najak.
Na-
Why don't you read us his stats,
Nasdaq.
his stat line, and then we'll go through it.
Yeah, so he has a custom Blasta X, which has 3 different profiles. One of them is standard range of 24 with 6 shots, strength 9, AP 2, damage 3. Then he has a lethal hits against non-monster vehicle, which is going to be 6 or 4 shots, depending on how close you are. Just strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. And then he has the Blasta with 3 shots and blast 1. So Flamer with strength 5, 1, 1. It's not a bad shooting profile. The damage 3-1 particularly is looking very nice. For the melee, he's actually got 2 weapons. One, that's a lot of attacks. The Custom Blasta is Cleave 1, 6 attacks, hitting on 2, 5, 1, 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Cleave 1 Twin Link on the Moon Chua.
Marvelous.
Best weapon. Amazing name. But Cleave 1 Twin Link, 5 attacks, 12 to 3. That
It's a lot.
that is a
It's a good weapon.
very good profile into anything in the game, honestly.
It's a good weapon.
And with the moment I see Twin Link, I'm always interested. And I've been playing a lot of Atomic Chickens, and that Twin Link is.
Ugh, you disgust me.
Well, yeah, there's like some Tyranid players who are like, why does my Norn die from 6 chickens? Like, yeah, I don't know, it's strength 9, let's see. No, but Twin Link is a very, very good
Yeah.
rule. Even if you wound on 2s with some things, it's about consistency.
Yeah.
Some games you will roll those ones and you'll be like, ah, man. But rolling ones into ones, that's a rare occurrence. And then, so off the bat, shooting, pretty good. Melee, very, very good.
Absolutely. And then we get into his abilities. Let me hop in here for this one. So, intimidating a motivation once per battle round per army. In your movement phase at the start or end of this unit's move, you can select one Orcs unit within 6 inches. They are no longer battle shocked, and they are now riled up until the start of the next turn. Very, very powerful. He also has deep strike in the unit. He gives his unit ignore cover, which is really important when we talk about who can lead. And then lastly, he has a D6 reactive move or a flat 5 reactive move if he's riled up. This guy is 175 points, and I think, if I'm correct on this one, he is perfectly priced.
He could be. He might be a little on the expensive side, but that's just in terms of me looking at the most optimized list. But he is like right on the money where I'm like, do I want him? Do I not want him?
I think and which is why I suspect he's perfectly priced because he's
Yes,
right
that
there on the
might
money.
be. Yes.
Because I feel
There's
the
some
exact
interesting
same way.
things here.
I feel the exact
I'm
same
not
way.
sure about like because he can only lead Mega Knobs, right?
Correct. He can only lead Meganobs, but I will
Yeah.
say Meganob's shooting with ignore cover, the ability to get sustained hits in shooting, the ability to get rerolls to hit in shooting with their combi weapons. You stack all that stuff together, I gotta be real with you, man. He can make a relatively decent shooting unit of Meganobs with a reactive
Maybe.
move. I'm not even saying that you would take him to give Meganobs shooting, to be clear. That's not what I'm saying. But it's pretty dang solid.
I look at this guy more as a solo guy, probably.
I do understand why you might say that. I definitely don't think you're wrong with that. Taking him as a pseudo loan up is totally reasonable as well.
It's more looking at the abilities.
Yeah,
Uh, weapons, he's great. He doesn't need any buffs from anything else. His weapons are good enough. But looking at the abilities, the putting things in WOG, that's fine. He will do
very
that no
strong.
matter what.
Very strong.
Um, he will always have deep strike. He doesn't need to lead. He will have ignore cover, which is very good on his own gun. And react move is still very good for himself. Like I
Reactive move's really
don't
good.
see like I look at this like the reactive move, especially because it's d6 and when he's riled up,
Yep.
flat 5, that thing is, and I assume, I'm not sure what base size he is on, but I imagine it's bigger than a Meganob one.
It's probably gonna be a 60 if
Uh,
not. I gotta
yes,
imagine it'll be a 60. I don't know that,
my
but
f- my thinking is this reactive move is a lot stronger if he's solo, and it's pretty eh if he's leading. It's always good to move 5 back, yes, but that is a big footprint if you have the Meganobs with him. And it's very easy for the opponent to move block or react move with that. But
see,
one little guy, that will be very annoying to deal with reactive moving.
I'm liking him for reactive moving into position to heroic.
That is also a thing, yes.
Yeah,
He's going to be interesting.
I think it's gonna be really interesting. Guys, we're not really gonna be going through detachments today, but like I'm gonna have detachment videos for you this week. But I will say we're gonna throw in here, here, and there. Nasdrag with Mega Knobs in the Bully Boys detachment, which gets the whole unit sustained hits, and then suddenly you have a 1 CP stratagem to give the unit full rerolls to hit in shooting or melee, is actually pretty sick. So you take the big
Yes.
gun that he's got with full rerolls. There's some cool stuff we can do there. All right, let's move on to the next one. Nasdrag's probably the beat of the head. Now we're gonna have a combo. I've got the War Boss, the Mega Boss, and the Beast Boss all together. Their points values are going to be respectively be War Boss for 100 points, the Mega Boss for 125 points, and the Beast Boss for 85 points. Felix, you want to take the War Boss, and I'll jump in on the Mega?
Yeah, so the War Boss, he's got some. I'm not sure. It's a weird one. He has two different. They're shooting. They're combat
It's
weapons.
shooting.
We're
We
not
don't
going to
need to.
go
Yeah,
over.
perfect. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we don't want to go. The combat weapons are going to be the same on basically every
Yeah,
unit.
yeah.
We don't need to go over them. He's gotten a bit of a makeover.
Yes.
Um, He's got the custom chop. His weapons are all AP2 damage 2 in melee. They're both 6 attacks. The choice is they're hitting on 2s. The choice is between having strength 12 and 7 base, and the strength 7 base gives you cleave 2. And then when he charges, you get 3 more attacks and plus 2 strength, which is very good. It's basically the old rule, but instead of having it in WoG, you get it when you charge. And then once per game, he can get +1 to hit in shooting, but only for
Which
himself,
sucks.
which is let's not care about
Useless.
that. It's like the old days with the knobs. We don't care about the Amaranth. It's a nice little thing to have.
We don't do that yet.
But again, and then the rile up rule as well. And you can stack these with how many you want. It's redundancy to have more war bosses with more of these rules, but pretty solid in my opinion. You're always taking the power claw.
Probably.
Unless you have a very specific plan in mind with the cleave 2, and it's a shame because I love the model with the uh, custom chopper. I just need to figure out how to convert my old war bosses to the same height, and then I'll take them to Krakow probably. But looking solid. Strength 14 power claw, very nice.
I will say, just to answer the chat real fast, someone was asking a question about can you rile up a unit using their special abilities if they're not battle shocked? Absolutely. There's no requirement to be battle shocked. It's just if you happen to be battle shocked, you're also unbattle shocked when they give you the rile up. Now, I'm just going to jump in on the custom choppa debate. I think if I'm leading a unit with the war boss, I'm taking the power claw. If he's running solo, I'm taking the custom choppa.
Depends, I think. I think both are correct, but
I just think that's the way I'm going to delineate it. And
yes.
the simple argument is, I mean, you go up to 9 attacks base at strength 9, meaning you're wounding all your T4s on 2s with it, and then you add the cleave 2 in there. He's clearing hordes basically by himself. Obviously, less good into elites. So that's probably why I would break it down on those lines. That being said, at 100 points, I got to be real with you, bro. I'm not sure I'm taking him.
He is a little on the price side, but I don't think this is one of those where we spam them as we used to.
He doesn't give +1 to hit anymore to his unit. And he doesn't
No, he
give
doesn't need it
-1
for
to be
himself.
-1 to be wounded to the knobs that he leads. It's a
That
big
is also true.
nerf. Like
He's very different, yes.
yeah.
Though a strength 14 power claw is something that is very, very nice.
Oh, homeboy slaps. Homeboy slaps.
But 100 points, I think initial take probably see 0 to 1 in lists.
I would agree. 0 to 1 is probably what you're going to see. There will be some very funky hero hammer list out there, which I think could be awesome, to be clear. Those will
Staring
exist.
at my 2.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, hero hammer is a thing now.
I think it is a thing, yeah. And then let's talk about the mega boss. Now, this is a guy who I
Yes.
love what they did to his data sheet, but man, he cost for it.
I can't justify it. I have 3 of these guys. I can't justify those points. I can't.
So the mega boss, he is T7, 2 up armor save, 5 up invulnerable save with 7 wounds. He also has the boss keyword, which I think we glossed over. But if you have a war boss in your army, effectively, you just generate 2 CP every turn. It's really dope. Really dope. But his melee weapon is 5 attacks, hits on 2, strength 12, AP 2, damage 3, and it has cleave 2. The dude is a nightmare. He absolutely slaps. It might be worth taking him solo, to be honest with you, because he totally slaps. His ability is cool. He's got the same intimidating motivation to make something riled up or go at the walls the normal war boss does. But in addition to that, the unit that he's leading, for every model in the unit, he rolls a 4 up on the charge, and he rolls a d6 on the charge for every model in his unit, and 4 ups are mortals. So if he's leading a unit,
No, 3 ups.
Is it 3?
Yes, 3 ups.
That's pretty dope. So if it's 6 mega knobs, you roll 7 dice. Every 3 up is a mortal wound on the charge, which is pretty cool. But I got to be real with you. This guy hits so hard, and mega knobs hit so much harder now that I don't think you'll need those mortal wounds into most things.
It's kill harder.
It's, yeah. I might consider this guy as a solo beast because that cleave 2 on that weapon is monstrous.
Yeah. The mortals, like the one thing I see them good for is like getting around revivals.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Totally agree with that. Okay, so let's look at the Beast Boss. Now, the Beast Boss, what do you think about him?
It's different to get. It's different. Right? They combine both his weapons. I think I like it. It tingles my gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Sustain 2 against monster vehicles. I've played too much of O10 in my days.
Yeah.
that thing gets me going. And it's hitting 6 attacks, hitting on 2s with strength 12, AP2, damage 2, uh, but not being dev wounds anymore.
And against
It's
yeah, and that sustain two's
it's
only
different.
against monsters and vehicles.
Yes,
He does have
I
the
got
same on battle shock thing as with rolling up as the war bosses do. It just only applies to snagas instead of normal orcs.
yeah, still gives +1 to hit,
Still gives
which
plus
is
one hit.
good. Still kept his Pain, actually, one of the few snaggers that did.
Yep.
Some of them got improved. We'll get to that later.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love this guy. I
Yeah, I think that's fair.
he's cheap at 85. Uh, the issue is like the war boss will just go. It's 15 points more, and the war boss will hit harder.
Yeah, I think
Like
you
he'll
take
have
him in a
9 attacks, strength 14.
hilariously. I think the reason why we take him, and this is just a little foreshadowing, guys, is because by himself he can just have gone to ground and give loan up to the squig bosses, which we'll get to later. That honestly, legit
Oh,
might be why we
yes.
take this guy, which is hilarious.
That is true. Yeah.
um, yeah, so I think he gets very sexy in the Big Hunt, which just a pre. We're not once again detachments and all that, but the Big Hunt does give all snagger units +1 AP against monsters and vehicles, taking that claw to AP3, which is actually pretty dope. So I think there might be some rationale for that in certain builds. But yeah, I agree with you. I think he's probably the least impressive. I think the Mega Boss is the most overpriced, even though I can see
Yeah.
potentially using one. And I think the War Boss is the one that I'm personally probably not going to take, even though I don't think that means that he's bad. I just think 100 might be asking a little too much for me personally.
There's so much to do now. Like if the
Yeah,
Mega Boss was 10 points cheaper, I would be very interested in running some solo.
I think so too.
But yeah.
All right. Moving on to the some one of the last mega bosses or Melis bosses, we got the Deathkiller Wartrike. Now this is your boy, so I'm gonna let you take the reins here.
Devkiller Wartrike. That I've had that model for so long. I haven't played him for a long time. He is really unique. I think there's some sauce here.
Yeah, me too.
His fuel mixer grot is severely nerfed, sadly. So only +1 to advanced rolls. Don't care.
Whatever.
Um, Shooting, don't care. But the melee, he
Melee.
has the extra attacks now with the kata, and probably that one attack with what is strength 10 AP3 damage D6 +2. That's a good extra attack to have. And then classic melee with cleave 2. I think is it 5 or 6 attacks
So it's
base?
5
It's a
attacks
blur.
base. It hits on twos, strength 7, AP2, damage 2 with cleave 2, and then he has the one attack with the strength 10 melta in melee as well, which is pretty cool.
Yes. Now, the very important thing here is the points and the ability. But the points for
The
80
points.
points, this is cheap.
He's cheap.
It's a 5 up involved now, which is fine, but 9 wounds.
Yep.
OSD 3.
Mm-hmm.
And he is mounted, but I think it's fine. Only movement 12. I don't remember if he was 14 before, but the ability.
The
It's
ability.
a separate riling up ability.
Yep.
Get back in the race, which is very good. So in your move phase, at the start of end of his move, of course, as always, you select one speed freak unit within 6 and rally it up. It's no longer battle shocked, and it's riled up, of course. And the things embarked, wink wink, also gets riled up.
Yeah.
Which means if you have like a truck or a oh no, it's just a truck, that
Yeah.
speed freak
Exactly.
transport thing. Yeah, but that means you have access to another pseudo riling up mechanic. Instead of the war bosses only doing it to one thing, this guy can go, no, this thing is inside the truck. They also get it. So you can really do some cheap stuff with this guy doing that, and then just send him off to his adventure, being also free, deny, kill some trash. He has a big base, which of course 11th, fun rotation. I think this guy has play, but max one guy probably.
I honestly at 80 points, I think he's one of the stars of the of the Codex. And because of who he leads, because Warbikers, which we will get to, got such a big glow up. Just as a preview, so you
That is
guys
true.
understand, Warbikers give +1 strength and +1 damage on the charge, taking this dude's cleave 2 weapon to strength 8, damage 3. And
That
because of
is very
that,
true.
I think this dude is disgusting. I think he gets
I might
real
need
nasty.
more actually now. Now that you say that, that
Yeah,
is a fair point.
Yeah, and there's
It's a big footprint though.
it's yeah, for sure. It's a big footprint, but there's also like a lot of other things to remember. There's other detachments where you can give him an additional +1 damage. There's
Uh,
there's other detachments where you can give him like a really sick shooting gun that you wouldn't give to anyone else, but since he's so fast, he would actually be able to use it. So
all right, that stupid Warboss gun.
yeah, so there's some really cool things that you can do with this puppy. Um, which really pisses me off because like the one part of the orcs I don't care about is the speedwall part, which is this why I own none of them. And I think the speedwall stuff got like some of the craziest buffs out of the new codex, so now I'm going to have to reevaluate my collection.
That is true. You can get my scrap jets and the shock tube.
dude,
Oof.
dude, just slap yourself. Like
Yeah, but I do have one of these,
that's
so
cool. That's
might
cool.
have to borrow some.
All right, let's talk about some big mechs, baby. Big mech.
Oh,
The Big Mech himself is 85 points. The Mega Mech is going to be 90 points, and the mech with shock attack gun is going to be 95 points. I wrote this in the wrong order. Pardon me. So the Big Mech. Do you wanna run through the Big Mech?
he, that's just uh, gun good. They've made the Mega Blaster less casino. It's 3 shots, damage 3, pretty good.
Yep.
Tractor Blaster kind of same, anti 2 up, but no dev, D3 plus 3 damage,
Yep.
pretty good. Power Claw and the Driller, nothing surprising there, but no cleave. But this guy,
This guy.
I think he is one of the stars of the Codex. I think,
yeah.
because he can lead flash kits. We'll get to them later,
Yeah.
right? But the main thing to keep in mind is he gives his unit ignores cover, and if they're
Yeah.
riled up, they get sustained 1. Sustained
Yep.
1. Everyone knows how good that is, especially in orcs. This guy slaps. Also, for some weird reason, instead of the re-rolling advance that he used to have, he can just say no, out to 6 advance.
And
That is very good.
remember, you Grotzen gets out there. When you're in the Wa, you get
Oh,
assault, which means the flash gets, which he 100% will be leading, now get to disembark 3 inches from the truck, auto 12-inch advance, like or 12-inch move with the auto 6, and then
shoot and
shoot
charge.
and charge with all the ignore cover and all the sustained hits you want, regardless of which
Yeah.
profile foreshadowing that we're going to use on the flash gets.
Mm-hmm.
This dude is a PIMP.
He is amazing. And also remember, flash gets actually hit in melee, which they still kept that thing. They're
Flash
still
gets
hit
still
like a
hitting
truck.
melee. And that,
Big mech with flash gets will be define a lot of armies.
dude, everyone's gonna take it, kind of regardless of what your build. And this
Question.
book
Yeah.
has tons of options. So,
Question is how many?
question is how many? I'm probably gonna start with just 10 to be honest with you, but I understand why I might want
I
more.
agree. I do agree. No, I really do agree with it.
All right, next one is Big Mech in Mega Armor. This guy
Uh,
is kind of interesting-ish. Um, he's basically this. He basically, I mean, he's a Mega Armor. He's 2-up arm save, 5 wounds. He's got a kill sour, power fist, whatever. But his abilities is range attacks get ignore cover and sustained hits 1, and he gets a 4-up
or Dagger.
invulnerable save against ranged attacks. In addition to that, he has a once per game ability just to heal his unit 3 wounds. Now there is a build, and I'm going to do a video on it later this week. But since you guys are here for the live, I'm just going to quickly run it through for you guys. I call it the Necro Orks. I can run 18 Meganobs, all with their big mechs. These guys all have sustained hits. I can give them reroll hit rolls. I can give them -1 to be wounded. These guys all have perma armor contempts now, which we'll get to when we get to them. 4-up invulnerable save against shooting. Once per game, my big mech's going to resurrect a Meganob, and then I'm going to combine it with my Rucker Truck Squig Buggy from a different detachment. I know I'm skipping things. It's fine. Just listen to the combination. This Rucker Truck Squig Buggy in the Cult of Speed detachment has the ability to heal 3 wounds to every orc unit within 3 inches of it in the movement phase. So I could just run that dude in between my 3 squads of Meganobs and just regenerate a Meganob in each unit every single turn. Well, then I regenerate another Meganob for my big mechs when it really matters. I call it the Necro Orks, and I'm very interested in it. So the big mech with mega armor maybe doesn't quite get the attention that some of the other guys are going to get, but I want to let you know there is a reason to run him. What I just said was sexy, and you know it, Felix. You know it.
It's something that someone will probably look into it for teams. I am sure of it.
I have 18 Meganobs, and I have a GT in September.
18, 21. I think I have 22 actually. I win.
Ridiculous. All right.
I think I have like 50 knobs as well.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. But then we've got probably one of the other stars of the Codex, which is the Big Mech with Shock Attack Gun. This guy has got to glow
Oh
up.
my god.
Yeah.
I'm happy I own 2 of them. I have one painted up right here, and I have one who is just primed up and ready.
Nice.
So these guys are insane.
Yeah.
They also have the more duck ability, as every mech, most
Yep.
mechs have. So they always ignore cover, rile up, sustained hits, yada yada yada. The shock attack gun is so good. It's ballistic
so good.
5. Who cares? 60 range, heavy blast 1. It's D3 plus 3 shots, so no more D6 plus 1 randomness.
Much better.
And then strength 12. 12! I've dreamt about this profile for like 7 years. An AP4 damage D6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Everyone knows we're doing. We're sticking this guy. Oh yeah, before that, while he's within 3 of infantry, he gets blown up. Oh.
Now.
So yeah, stick him on the top floor. Get plunging fire. Get ballistic 4. Ignore cover with heavy. You're hitting on 3s with this guy, shooting 60 inches. This is not fair.
Now, it is important to note that his lone op ability, within 3 inches of friendly orcs and infantry, it does exclude other big mechs with shock attack guns. So you can't just have like a triangle of big mechs with shock attack guns, which everyone wants to do. But there is another big bitch in this codex. Big Bertha, some would call him. Some others might call him the prophet of Gork and Mork, who has lone op when he's within 3 inches of infantry models. So you can have Gaz flanked by his 2 shock attack guns while they're walking up the battlefield, just gadding away everyone lone ops. Just saying.
Does it help that I kind of did this with my admech at WC?
No.
I had so
you're
so many lone ops going lone ops to each other.
You're a traitor, and you should be ashamed for playing admech.
Have you ever seen Carl and Tulia holding hands walking up the field?
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. But anyway, I think all the big mechs actually look really cool. I think there's a really, really good reason to play all the big mechs, which is really exciting because that was not true in the last edition.
No, for sure. It's very good stat sheets. I think the Mega Armor one is the one that's going to be very niche, but the Shock Attack Gun and the regular Big Mech, amazing.
And speaking of Big Mechs, I think we missed a Big Mech, didn't we, Felix? There's one Big Mech we didn't talk about. Now this
is it technically one?
This Big Mech might happen to be rocking a Daka rig. This guy is my take for best data sheet in the entire codex. This guy is an absolute monster. I think he's the best data sheet in current or in 10th edition orcs as well, mind you. But now I think he's just straight the best data sheet. Listen to this nonsense.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, let me do it, and then we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
So, same defensive profile, moves 8, toughness 8, 3 up armor save, 5 up invulnerable save, 11 wounds, leadership 7, 3 OC. His blitz cannon is 8 attacks. It hits on 4s now instead of 5s. Strength 7, AP 2, damage 2. It comes with ignore cover base, and it has lethal hits against non-monsters and vehicles. Oh no, he lost sustained hits. Wait. Then his other gun is Multi-Busta Lancia, which also ignores cover, has lethal hits. It hits on a 5, so it lost the heavy. Strength 10, AP 2, damage 3. But it just has straight up lethal hits. It doesn't have the lethal hits against non-monster vehicles, just normal lethal hits. Then he's got an ability called Even More Daka. If he's riled up, he gets sustained hits 1. So now all of his guns have sustained hits and lethal hits. And still in your shooting phase, if the unit's blitz a cannon weapon targets a unit that's not a monster or vehicle, you get plus 6 attacks to it. So it'll be 14 shots, hitting on 4s, 7, 2, 2, with lethal and sustained. This dude is a total PIMP. There are plenty of ways to buff him. I cannot wait. Felix, what are your thoughts?
Why does he have damage 2 on the Gatler? I really don't know. It's so good.
My kill count for these things when I was at the WTC the other week, dude, I just murdered everything with them. Everyone's like, "Oh, I got to be careful about Gaz's unit." I was like, "No, that's not the one, dude. That's not the one."
No. The worst part is they have this like really annoying profile to deal with.
Yep.
11 wounds, 3 up armor, 5 up invul T8.
Really annoying.
You don't want to overcommit into it because it's a lighter vehicle, but it's not that light. It's not truck light. It's little tougher than a truck. The extra wound does a difference, but the 5 up invul and 3 up armor, what?
Now, Felix,
I think 2 of these in every list, maybe 3.
I have a question for you. What if I told
boy.
you there's a detachment out there where I can
All
make
right.
this guy a lone up.
Yep. I have been looking at that too. One of them will, with the enhancement for a loan up, it feels like 15 or 20 points, something like that.
He gets a lone up when he's within range of a Orcs Walker unit, but he also gives said Orcs Walker unit reroll ones to hit, which is great for certain walkers
Ooh.
that come in large units, which foreshadowing we'll be talking about, which is my other
Oh
favorite
boy.
pick of the new codex.
Yep, it's gonna be. I own 6 of those, and we'll get to them later. I think the Dakrig is amazing. I'm not sure about 3. That depends.
Yeah, there's a
Um,
lot. I agree with you. You might not take three. But there are a
you
lot
might,
of
you might
things.
not. You're very likely gonna take 2.
Oh yeah, and all the stats I just said you, just another foreshadowing in Dread Mob. Just add +1 AP and +2 strength to all of them. It's
It's so good.
fine. This thing's insane. I
Alright.
he
I
at
mean,
115 after he went up in cost in pre codex. He was still too cheap. He might still
we
be too
already.
cheap at these costs. Oh yes, yes, you glorious man. He might
They
legit
are
still be too
almost
cheap,
done.
which boggles me that he's up that much and he still might be too cheap. So
I mean, if they
I
give
love
him
him.
ignore cover, like what the hell?
He's really good. So I think a lot of this codex is too expensive, but I prefer it that a lot of this codex is too expensive too, because I'd much rather the codex come out too pricey and then slowly be reduced than come out too cheap and just blow everyone out of the water. But this
Yeah,
guy is probably too cheap. So okay,
that with the new profile, very likely,
yeah. And then lastly, we're gonna talk about the mech and Zod on this screen. Mech,
yeah.
whatever. Unfortunately, he's support, which really sucks. Means that he can't go run around by himself buffing up vehicles, so he has to be attached to someone. It's gonna be boys or knobs or something. I actually legit could see myself buffing knobs with him, throwing them into a unit of knobs if I wanted to run knobs, which I probably don't. um, but he does still give heal D3 wounds and +1 to hit, but he can't do it to Titanic units. So I know everyone who wants to buff up the Stompa so the Stompa hits on threes. Not happening. Sorry,
Or
bro.
the Gorkanaut, or Morkanaut.
Or the Gorkanaut, Morkanaut. So
They are Titanic nowadays,
yeah,
apparently.
they are. So mech actually is nowhere near as useful as he used to be. It's a little sad. Still useful. I'm not saying that he's useless, but as a support, it really weakens him there.
Yeah, that keyword really, for me, for my personal taste, it kills him. It doesn't kill him, but for me it does. Just personally, I hate him being support. I wanted to run around solo. I want my little engineers running around.
I understand why you say that, and I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you about it because I understand.
No, no, it's different styles, just different styles. For
Dude,
me, it's just.
totally fair. Totally fair.
But speaking about someone who did fall from heaven and
Ugh,
really hit the ground face hard, yeah, Zod is back on the well, back. He's for the first time on the shelf.
yeah, really sad. Really sad. I'm
That
end of an era.
he's butchered, like near useless, honestly.
So what does he do? It's basically the exact same attack profile. 5 attacks, hits on twos, 7/2/2. And then he just gives his unit riled up, and he gives +1 to attack, weapon skill, and strength to Gretchen. You're not taking it. I mean,
Oh my
Perma
god.
was kind of cute, I suppose, but no, you're just not
But
doing it.
Vog is so much less important now.
You're just
Like,
it's not happening, man.
he's giving the Gretchen a 5-up involve.
Great,
Uh,
great, great.
yeah, no, next.
Next, all right, but next, I think we do have some cool stuff to talk about.
Oh, we
One
have
of
a
the
lot.
weirder glow ups slash glow downs. One of the weirder like side grades that I think we've seen is Wazdaka. On
I was
initial,
about to guess that.
yeah. So Wazdaka, he's at 200 points right now. Which when you look at his profile, you're like, oh, obviously, and then you read some of his abilities, you're like, oh, wait a second. So it made me do a double take, which tells me he's probably about correct. When that's the
Yeah,
way I'm thinking, it means that he's probably about correct at this points cost. But he's definitely not going to be included in every single orc list like he used to be. Still good.
no.
Still good to be clear.
Like, the best part about it
Why don't
for
you
me
read us his
is,
profile and then dive into it if you don't mind.
yeah. So, shooting, he's got one shot at strength 10, AP2 damage 3 at 12-inch range. Then he has the
Precision.
Gatler. Precision, that is true.
Hmm.
And the Gatler, it's lethal hits against non-monster vehicles, sustained hits, 12 shots, strength 5, AP2 damage 2, hits on 4s. The melee is very interesting now. So there's a bunch of extra attacks, 3 of them with cleave 1, strength 5, AP1 damage 1. And then you have one attack. There's one attack at strength 3, AP0 damage 1. Just a little wrench.
I love it, dude.
That
I love it.
it's funny. And then the Draga, that thing
The
is
grab a draga.
gas. It's lands, it's cleave 2, it's 6 base attack, hitting on 2, strength 10, MP 2, damage 3. That thing is
It's
so
cracked.
good with cleave 2.
It's cracked how powerful that is.
Yeah. Still loan up, still has deep strike. The abilities got changed a little. He can't go 20 for everything anymore. He can go through stuff with the pulsar move, but that doesn't let him charge anymore. He can give himself advanced charge.
But it's not advanced fallback shoot in charge anymore. Very
No,
importantly.
but and then we can up it down, of course.
Yeah.
Still same timing. I think you nail it with this guy. He is still very good,
Yep.
but he has a price tag that makes you pay for that. One of the most notable things for me, of course, is why I hated to play against him a lot, is the 4-up involve with 10 wounds. That is pain.
With loan up, to be that I mean
Yes.
yeah, with loan up.
I hate to deal with this guy because I had to set up so much within range, so
Yeah.
many fallback things, and things go wrong. It's pricey. It's 10% of your list. He has good Daka. He has good melee.
He deals more damage than he used to deal, which he already dealt a lot
Yes.
of damage, but his abilities are just straight up worse.
Yes. To be fair, I did think like the 20 out of 20 wherever you wanted was like
Insanely good.
it was very good. You didn't need a full 20 all the time.
I needed it every
But
single game, bro. Every single game at the WTC, I needed it, and I used every inch and and the 2 inches I get from rotating them. I used
oh yeah, for
bit.
for pushing points. Yeah, for sure. He's still a very good thing though.
Yeah, yeah.
But like 14, but now you advance in D6 and you reroll. You can reroll that. Everything
Yep.
can reroll advance
God,
rolls now, which
I
is
love that.
yeah. So I still think it's very good. Like
Yeah.
he wants to go through things, which is probably what can bring him down a little bit. Not going through and charging.
He's just like the weird example of what this codex did, in my opinion. Here's what I think. What this codex really did is it decreased the damage that orcs deal for an increased mobility and reliability.
Yeah, I
This
like it though.
I like it too. I like it too, to be clear. This guy kind
But
of went the
different.
opposite direction. They increased the damage he deals, but decreased his deliverability and mobility.
Yeah. To be clear though, he's still very fast.
Oh
and
yeah.
Very. But the old pulsar was just a little broken.
It was pretty good. I'm just sad that I don't get to abuse people with it anymore. And then we have Snickrot. Snickrot is not that. I mean, he's a little different, but
he's very different, I'd say.
Okay. All right. Well, go break it down for us.
Yeah, melee isn't too much. It's no twin link melee. It's anti-infantry 2 plus instead. But still loan up, still infiltrate. He can, instead of the once per game teleport, he can uppy downy if he is hidden, which is a very interesting thing.
Yes.
Like having to touch terrain and not shoot. Well, you won't shoot the slug. Who cares about the slug? But it's a very interesting ability. But the thing that interests me the most is from the first battle round onwards, at the end of your opponent's move phase.
Yep.
If he's in reserves, you can make an ingress move.
Very cool.
That is a rapid ingress move from turn 1, and with up downy, you can keep rapid ingresses for free, doing double rapid ingress. I want to experiment with this guy with like 5 or 10 commandos. I think he's less of a utility piece now. I think he can really be, I'm gonna hit you in the face piece. You need to think about this from turn 1. You don't have to do a turn 1, but the opponent has to actually think about it.
It is important to note that he doesn't have deep strike, so it is only coming from strat reserves. But you're correct. And his melee profile itself has actually got a glow up too. He got an extra blip of AP, and it went to anti-infantry 2 up. He did lose twin linked, but he went to anti-infantry 2 up, and he got an AP 2 instead of AP 1. So he actually got a little bit of a buff there as well.
I think the edges are fine.
Yeah, I think he's good. 80 points. Totally reasonable.
Yeah, just for how orcs are now. When we have lots more Daka, we have the Daka rigs, we're gonna have flash kits and the other things. There's a lot of things that shoot really well now.
Yep.
Which means you can't just go, hey, I'm gonna touch this ruin so I can see this angle along the side so I can shoot you if you come down. If you do, I'm not coming down. I'm instead going up and I'm shooting you to death. Which I think Snickrot, it's not about I'll take him with 5 guys, I think. I don't care about going into damage with him. I care about him being a really nuisance for my opponent to deal with. and they have to care about, like, once he's down, he's not guaranteed to be down. He can come up again and do the whole thing again.
So just a quick funny story. I was on stream when I was playing against Team England, and my Snikrot is a big boss Snikrot. So I have him stuck in the cardboard box. You know, if anyone's ever played Metal Gear Solid, you know what I'm talking about. So he's just two legs out of the big cardboard box. And one of my favorite comments that I got from the stream, someone went, "Why the fuck is there a cardboard box on the table? And why the fuck is it killing demonettes right now?"
Oh, that does make sense.
And I
Oh,
about died laughing when I heard it when I read that. I was like, that was super super funny.
it's so Commander-like.
Oh, that was awesome. It was
Oh,
awesome. All right,
but yeah,
let's talk about Weird Boy.
let's go.
Weird Boy, Weird Boy, Weird Boy.
Oh,
We got Weird Boy, a Banner Boy, and a Big Boss. Now the Weird Boy comes in at a 65 points cost. Banner Knob comes in at 35, and the Big Boss at 50. What do you think about the Weird Boy?
uh, so we can do the jump, but it's unfailable now. Amazing, love that.
Why don't you explain how the psychic abilities work now?
Yes. So a Psyker now has a Psyker level.
Mhm.
Weird Boy is level 1, for example. And you can cast per battle round enough powers that match your Psychic level. So a Psychic power might cost 1, and if you're level 1, that means you're casting it 1 power for 1. If you're Psychic level 2, you can cast 2 level 1 powers. He has 2 level 1 powers, so he'll cast 1. But if you have 2 Weird Boys, one will do one will do the other. Because it's once per battle round per army. So the jump, you roll a d6 on a 1, you're battle shocked. That's all the d6 does. You always teleport or go up in the air.
Huge,
Get Team Strike.
huge improvement.
Now,
Huge.
very big thing also
Mhm.
that I just noticed. In 10th Codex,
Yep.
he had until the end of the phase, you have Deep Strike. That's not a thing anymore. They get Deep Strike,
They just get it.
and which is good.
Yep.
And the other one is Warpath, which it's been many years since I had heard that name. In the fight phase, when his unit is selected to fight, if he's not battle shocked, he can do the power. Again, on a 1, you're battle shocked. There's no risk on failing. You're just getting a power. If you reroll wound rolls a 1 and you have psychic.
Yep.
Also, he has a fun in Deadly Mice D3 because he smoked a little too much crack at the gas station,
Yep.
judging by his model.
I think he's good, man. I getting
I-
reroll wound rolls of 1 is actually a really strong ability for a lot of different units that he can lead, because he can lead your knobs, he can lead your breaka, or I don't know if he can do breakas, but he can do your knobs, he can do your boys, he can do snaggas.
Maybe breakers, because if I remember correctly, like breakers and knobs always have same leaders, but I might be wrong.
He can lead beast snaggas now because they got rid of the war boy. Pour one out for your homies, but now he gets to lead snaggas. With getting
That
them
one
reroll
is
ones is kind of cool.
I think he's a cool take piece.
And his shooting
That's-
attack is torrent now. It's no longer hits on a whatever.
That is very nice, actually. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think he's all right.
I think I might actually consider him now, whereas previously I never did.
Yeah, no, just for the utility and things not being auto and not failing. Maybe I can see him.
Yeah, man. And then we talk about the banner knob. Now the banner knob,
Oh man.
yeah,
Oh.
sad. All right, so the banner knob only costs 35 points to be clear, and he only does about 35 points worth of stuff. He gives his unit +1 to charge, and he's got like 4 attacks at strength 5, AP 2, damage 2. That's what he does.
Yeah, I'm not paying 35 points to give away assassination easier.
If I well, I don't care about giving away assassination at all because I'm giving it away. But if I have 35 points left over when an army is constructed, I'll throw him in with the boys. And that's kind of
he doesn't even have cleave on his custom chopper.
Nah, he's like,
it hurts.
Yeah, he's kind of. There might be a place when you have 35 points, but it is what it is. And then the big boss also kind of but I think the big boss is probably a lot better than the banner knob is. The big boss no longer gives sustained hits, but he does give +1 to hit. So he kind of replaces what the war boss used to do. It is important to note that he is not a war boss of himself.
I think I prefer this guy with 10 boys rather than a war boss.
Maybe.
Keeps the unit cheap.
Yep, definitely.
Can he not lead Snagga boys?
No, he doesn't lead Snagga boys. He doesn't lead Snaggas. That'd be cool. But the +1 hit is kind of cool, I suppose. It is actually a pretty big buff on some of these guys. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. So yeah, there you have it. Those are those guys.
He's cheap.
He's cheap. But then we get to talk to some guys who are not cheap. They went up in costs. significantly. I
Oh,
don't think they're worth as much that they went up, but they are still awesome, and I'm really excited for them. So let's talk about my boy Maz, and then I'm gonna have you do the
oh,
BBOS.
let's go.
All right, Mazrog Scragbad. He truly might be the biggest and the baddest and the bestest. He made a run for his. He made Gaz a run for his money at the beginning of 10th edition. So Mazrog Scragbad. He has regained his title of monster. He's no longer mounted. He is once again a monster, as he always should have been. He went up from T8. He is now T9. 3 up armor save, 4 up invulnerable save. He went from 8 wounds to 10 wounds. Leadership 6, 3 OC. He kept his 5 up Fiona Pain, which is very, very good. Now, his melee profile got better or worse, but his ability got better. So kind of stick with it. So Big Chompa's Jaws, which is the great white squig. 3 attacks, hits on 3, strike 7, AP2, damage 4, but it does in fact have anti-monster vehicle 3+. Then Gut Ripper, which is his main attack. 6 attacks at 2, hitting on 2s at strength 9, which is 2 more than it used to be. AP2, damage 2, with cleave 1. And then when he fights a monster in particular, he gets a Hunter profile, which gives him lethal hits. Takes him to strength 12 at AP2 with D6 plus 1 damage. Okay, so he's hitting with las cannons in melee. And then his abilities. He has a 2-up fight on death. Kill him. On 2-up he fights. And then he also has the Bigger Day Is, which now no longer gives him bonus damage into monsters and vehicles. It gives him reroll wound rolls against monsters and vehicles. That's pretty awesome.
Insane.
That's pretty freaking awesome, man. Especially with the anti-monster vehicle 3-up on the Big Champa Jaws. He's going to end up doing more damage, but he's probably not spiking and dealing 30 damage to Big Knights anymore. It's sad, but it's
Also important.
it's for the best.
Champa Jaws hit on 3s instead of 4s. It's
Well,
so
they've always hit on 3s instead of 4s.
we're not on 4s?
Nope, they were on 3s. The Beast Boss was on 4s in the last codex, but Maz's
Right.
the Great White Squig has always been on 3s. But the last ability, which is very sexy on him, as long as he's within 3 inches of a friendly beast snagga unit, and they unfortunately did remember to write in excluding monster character units, he gets blown up.
Ah, man.
Yeah, I know. It's lame. It's lame. But he does get blown up, which is really, really sick. This guy's 170 points. Strikes me initially as slightly overpriced, but I'm not ready to call that because I'm going to need to run him a few games to get a feel for him. The loan up is really, really nice. Like, really, really nice.
I think it might be like one of these. I'll pay for him. Like I've nerfed the defiler with points enough to the point where like, okay, no, we need to fix the rules.
Yeah.
The profile in melee is very
great.
good. The loan up is very good. He's tanky. He's consistent. He has a 2-up fight on death.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see orcs creating an army where it's like, hey, I'm shoving you like 5 different annoying problems to deal with.
We're more of a grind army now than we are a wipe you in one turn army, right?
Yeah, but Mosrog, how, like, imagine you can't shoot him and he's just killed something in melee. Do you really want to kill him in melee?
Bro, I mean, I gotta be real with you. I've been running him solo for the last year, and I'm pretty happy with the profile.
Yeah, no, I'm like, is it like for the opponents, like, do you really want to commit to melee and let me fight again?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Anyway, give us some Beast Boss and Squigsaur stuff.
Yeah, he's very similar actually.
Yep.
And the Jaws also hit on 3s.
Yep.
But it's only damage 3, so it's a little. Of course, it's a little worse. He's not the big white one.
Lame. Weak.
The Beast Chopper is a little. It's got lower strength. Sadly, Gut Rip is not damage 3 anymore. But this guy is damage 2 as well. Strength 6, AP2, damage 2, cleave 1. And then the Hunter profile is strength 12, AP2, damage D6. So the Hunter profile 1 less damage, and the standard profile 3 less strength. The 3 less strength I think is a big deal.
Yeah, agreed. That's a big difference.
He has some cool abilities. Friendly snag units within 6 have +1 charge.
Strong.
Well, affecting himself, that's always good.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen, like, during WC, we noticed, like, I had a game where I tried to push points, and then he rolled a 12 on charge. Like, no, the thing you set up, no, I'm going the other way now. It can change a lot.
Yeah, +1 charge matters.
And importantly, this guy does have the Warboss thing with no longer bad shock and ride someone up. but on snag units.
Correct.
So he could maybe rile up Monster Hog. And also the lone up thing again, but same thing as Monster Hog. But he's only 140. That's what makes him very interesting, in my opinion. 140 points.
Agreed. Now, I do want
That
to
is
point one
cheap.
thing out here. It does say excluding monster character units. It doesn't say anything about just monsters. So we can still get loan up from our kill rigs and hunter rigs, which, yes, preview. Those things are pretty decent now.
Yes, I don't know why they got that upgrade, but we'll get to that.
Well, they needed it because they were both trash here all of 10th.
True.
Let's finish up with these characters here. Let's get
Yeah.
through the Pain Boy and the Pain Boss. So,
Oh boy.
all right,
That's gonna be a
we
quick
got
one.
Dr. Mundo here, who he is the Pain Boy. If you guys know, you know. I'm not allowed to play League of Legends anymore because of rage incidents, but the Pain Boy is Dr. Mundo. So Pain Boy dropped all the way down to 45 points, and he did so for a reason. He no longer gives a 5 up Fiona Pain to his unit. He does, and he
Oh.
no longer causes 17 mortals every time he attacks. It's really lame, but he does heal the unit by 3 wounds every single turn, which is cool. And he does also once per game heal an additional D3 wounds. That's what he does now. He can attach to all your standard things. I think he's actually is well worth 45 points, to be honest with you. But he's not the guy making these hyper durable boys bricks anymore. There are no such thing as hyper
No,
durable
no.
boys bricks anymore.
I'm just looking at it like I'd rather have a big boss.
I think in most scenarios you probably would. I can see maybe I could run a knobs with them to resurrect a knob here or there. But that's if you're running knobs, which I'm not. So he's not useless, but he's definitely not like the thing that he was. It's a little sad. But then we've got the Pain Boss himself. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, he's a little more interesting
Okay.
because the man name we don't. Yeah, 3 attacks. Who cares?
Yeah.
He again heals once per battle per unit. In your command phase, you select 1 beast snagger unit within 6, and it heals 3 wounds. That is very, very good.
Because you can heal Maz, you
that-
can heal
Yeah.
the BBOS, you can heal anything that's within 6 of him with that. It is once per battle.
Yeah.
It's not every turn like it is with the Pain Boy.
Yeah, so it's decent, but the important thing I think is he can lead mounted, which means squig hogs, and he gives them -1 to wound when strength is higher. He also loses the infantry keyword, gets mobile and mounted, and has plus 4 movement, so moves 10 with squig hogs. That is an interesting thing. Sadly, not a Fiona Pain to squig hogs. That would be very nice.
Can't believe the Squig Hogs lost Fiona Pain.
I know. It's been a staple.
Yeah.
I think it's all right.
Yeah.
He's got some interesting things, but nothing spectacular.
I think he's really expensive. I actually think his abilities are good.
Yeah.
I think he's useful. I think he's
All right, it's 80.
yeah. I mean, like he's way too expensive, to be honest with you. Now there is one cool trick that you could use because you could resurrect the knob Squig Hog back, which we'll talk about when we get to Squig Hogs. Which I think that can net you like almost over 6 inches of movement.
Probably more.
Yeah, but like, man, it's oof.
That also means the unit needs to be alive after some shooting to revive.
Right, which is not happening because hogs do not live anymore, and they also don't really hit anymore. So it's like, I don't know. So I think he's just very overpriced. I like his abilities; they're interesting. I think he's too expensive, especially for the units that he leads. It's possible that him leading a 20-man blood with snaggers in certain detachments could be interesting. The -1 to win on normal beast snaggers, possible.
Yeah,
right? But it is what it is. We've got a lot of really cool stuff, so it's okay if some of our guys are a little overcosted in the beginning. Then we have a Herd and Gretchen. This one's just super easy. Gretchen, they now sticky objectives. They no longer fish for command points, but you don't need to because you're just going to start every turn with 2 command points anyway because you have a war boss in your army, presumably.
Oh, very importantly as well, the sticky is at the end of the movement.
It's actually a really good point. That's cool. End of the movement is actually very sick. And then
that is a big difference.
Yeah, it does. That is nice. And then the Herd is literally only 10 points, and he can just make you pass a battle shock like when you fail a battle shock, which is funny.
Sadly, it has support, but
yeah,
otherwise it would be a little.
If he
didn't have support, I'll take 3.
yeah, exactly. Gretchen are only 1 OC now. Alas. But it is what it is. And then Gretchen have a kind of a cute ability where they only take up half the slots in a truck. or in a vehicle. So like if you have a vehicle, you have 10 slots. Your 10 Gretchen only take up 5 of the slots, which is pretty funny. So you can get
Gonna
20
put
Gretchen inside
40
one truck,
aggression,
which is funny.
40 aggression in a battle wagon.
Yeah, absolutely right. So it's just kind of funny. But like Gretchen are still good. Only OC1, but whatever. And it's 45 points per unit. That's gonna spread out, take up a bunch of space. They're gonna be sticky. Now you don't need to play shenanigans by starting your boys on the squad on the objective with your Gretchen and then chopping. So they're cool. They're useful. All right. That's all the characters. So now we're on into units here. Starting with boys and snaggers. Fila, how do you feel between the boys and the snaggers? We don't have to go through all the shooting options, but there are legit
No,
shooting
no,
options now,
there are. Now they don't even replace the shopper.
which
I
is
think
cool.
boys have like a side grade. I don't. Current boys are very good. These guys, they get lethals on charge. They can get +1 shooting once per game. They can have double knobs. I think they're fine.
They are
I think
significantly less than they were in terms of like the scary of them because you can't buff them the way you previously could. But
yes,
their base is
but
probably better, right?
yeah. The sheet is better by itself,
Yeah.
but the support around it got a lot worse, and the support is what made the boys. I think they're fine. Like I don't see myself doing 20s of them, but I think they're fine.
Yeah, they get lethal hits when they charge, which is actually a pretty big damage buff to them. They're strength 5 base now, but you don't get the bonus attack on the wall, which means you that's 25% less attacks. um,
It's a lot. You can get double knobs with big choppers, which is a
Double
very good
knobs with big
profile.
choppers is very sick. What is the big chopper profile?
It's 4 attacks base, cleave 2 on 3, strength 7, AP 1, damage 2.
It's pretty
The
sick.
cleave 2 is the very good part.
I mean, I'm with you. I think tens is probably the way. But
Yeah.
and they did go up in points as well. They're 90 and 180. So they went up in points, and just because of the utility of the leaders, I think they took a hit, but their baseline is probably more useful by themselves.
Yeah, they went from being the core you buff around to just being something you can
Yeah.
have as a skirmish unit, probably.
And then we have Snaggers.
I like Snaggers.
I like Snaggers too. I actually like Snaggers a lot, especially since they're a little cheaper. They're at 85 and 170.
They did lose the attack as without Wog, of course, but
Hold on. Can you say that again?
weapon,
Sorry, I didn't understand what you said.
yeah, they did lose the extra attack that they had from the Wog, so 3 attacks is what they get per
Yep.
model. The power snapper got a little better with AP2. They have
And strength 8.
Yeah, and they have a hunter profile for the regular choppers at AP2 strength 6 against monster vehicle. I like it.
Yeah.
They got a 6-up invul, which you're gonna be riled up most of the time, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
but it's still, I don't know. Of course, all the knobs being 3 wounds is very nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
But forcing backshock tests on monster vehicle with a -1 or -2 if you're big unit.
Yeah, so their ability, for everyone who doesn't know, is that when you end a charge move, and this is important, that each enemy monster or vehicle unit that is engaged with this unit makes a battle shock roll. -1 to win, -1 to the battle shock, or you're worth -2 if the unit has 13 plus models. Meaning you're going to be battle shocking a lot of monsters and vehicles, which is kind of a hilarious interaction against demons, to be clear.
It is.
This might be the
God.
edition where orcs don't auto curb stomp demons for the first time ever.
Especially Orcatons.
Say again?
Orcatons, honestly. Like
Yeah.
without the rerolls.
Satan are going to be a problem. Actually, Satan are going to be a real problem for the orcs in this edition.
Seems like it indeed.
So I like Snaggers though. 85 points. I think they're actually quite useful. The bonus AP is really sick, seeing as you can also take them in the big hunt, where you got to be careful when you say that, where they get an additional +1 AP against the monsters and vehicles. So your basic beast Snaggers go up to AP3 against monsters and vehicles, which is actually kind of awesome. But yeah, I like Snaggers. I think they're quite useful. All right. Then we're talking about one of my big love hates of the Codex. I hear a lot of people who are kind of frustrated and pissed off by the Meganobs, but dude, I think I'm looking at something different than they are, because I think the Meganobs look awesome right now.
The sheet is looking very good. I'm concerned about the points.
I mean, 75 points for 2, 110 for 3, 185 for 5, and then 235 for 6. Let's talk about the stat line here. Move 5, T6, 2-up armor save, 3 wounds each, leaders of 7, OC1. Their shooting is actually not like negligible, especially if you're leading one of them with Nasdrag, right? Because you start getting the ignore cover. You have a detachment where you can give them sustained hits as a baseline, and you have a stratagem to give them full rerolls to hit, which means some of
Mm.
these combi weapons start getting very interesting, especially since now they also have these these blast one torrent profiles as well that they can get on these things. There's some really interesting shooting that you can do with them. Not saying that they are a shooting unit, but it's an actual profile, whereas previously it was just for the lulls. Now their melee weapons are pretty cool. You've got the kill saw, which hits on 4s, strength 10, AP 2, damage 3 with 3 attacks. It used to be only 2 attacks. And then you've got the power claw, which now hits on 3s, where it used to hit on 4s, strength 10, AP 2, damage 2. But the real thing that really interests me is their new ability. It's no longer a once per game 5 at Field of Pain. It's now permanent armor of contempt. Permanent armor of contempt with hidden. This unit is a bear to shoot through. And then in the fight phase,
They are.
if they're riled up, they get +1 to hit. So this unit can just be hitting on 2s with strength 10, AP 2, damage 2, sustained hits, -1 AP. This is a really, really fascinating unit to me. I gotta be real with you. I'm pretty excited about him.
I'm a little worried because there's a lot of damage 3 running around.
In melee,
Uh, there's a lot of shooting.
there's
Uh,
but the
and
shooting has to
also
be
like
within
is
12 within 11.9 in the new edition, don't they? They don't get to shoot you from across the board anywhere.
usually not, but it's also like isn't it like +5 points per for a kill saw?
Yeah, so I wouldn't take kill saws. I would be on power claws, hitting on 3s, hitting on 2s when I'm riled up. Feels a lot better to me personally.
Could be. I think it's gonna be one of those weird ones. I think the points are what dooms them for me. It's a solid sheet. It's just a little too expensive for my taste or how I want to play them.
So I am happy to hear that opinion because I think I'm happy with the points as is. So if other people disagree and think it needs to be cheaper and GW wants to make it cheaper, I'm here for it, man. I'm freaking here for it. Um, let's talk about the knobs though. This is one that the internet really made me scratch my head on because I heard people raging and crying all throughout the internet about how OP the knobs were, and I just don't see it at all. I think the knobs are just markedly worse and more expensive than they used to be. What are your thoughts on this? You want to read the data sheet and then
uh,
tell me about it?
yeah. Uh, they can take some special weapons. For every 5, they get 1 of the special weapons. So we have a Scorcha, which is strength 5, AP 1, damage 1, 3 shots, blast 2, torrent. We have a custom big shooter, which is what you expect. There's a combi rocket and a custom shooter that we've seen all over the codex. Weapon-wise, 2 of them can take 1 per 5 can take a big chopper, which is the cleave 2 thing.
It's great.
Uh, yeah, can take a custom chopper and a custom crumper, which is very interesting. Which is strength 10, AP 2, damage 2, 3 attacks. One of them can take a paired Krampus, which gives you full hit to wound rolls for that model. The thing which I actually discussed with Björn going back from the airport because we were looking at the
Yeah.
articles, we were looking at taking too many of the shooty profile.
Right.
And then we noticed, oh, you can't take that many guns. I think few people have that are writing looked at, oh, what if you take only Scorches,
Right.
like 10 of them? That's 30 blast 2 strength.
Yeah. It doesn't work that way.
No, no, no. They're they can move through models with the charge.
Whatever.
I think
Like just straight up
they're one of
whatever.
the units being 3 wounds. Like they are one of the units that could just be a powerhouse, but the points cost is so heavy. 25 per model is a lot of points.
Like their melee is fine. It's basically the same as it was last edition without the bonus attack. Um, Man, they're expensive. They're not -1. The way I read it, man, they don't have an ability. Like get out of the way. You can move through models in the charge move. Like the amount of times where that's going to come up,
It's
like they don't have an ability from the way
it's
I read it.
basically if you get lucky, like if you suddenly roll that 12 and you can run past a screen, but it's not something you plan around.
I think they're just yeah. I mean, so for me, it's a big thumbs down. I mean, I'm not going to be considering these guys until they drop by 25 points per 5 mans. Personally,
Yeah, no, I'm not looking at them either. I think they're too expensive. I think there
just
are
way
so
too.
many other things I can do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, a gentleman's accord. We agree on that one. But now let's talk about another thing that you and I definitely agree on. And I'm going to let you run us through this. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, tell me about these flash kits.
Oh, oh, oh boy. Uh, this is probably the biggest glow up of the book, and in points as well. They got expensive.
Which they should be. They
Um,
should be expensive.
yes,
So
they might be too cheap actually.
it's possible.
So same stat line, except there are 3 wounds now
3
each.
wounds.
So the knob treatment. 210 for a 10-man. You're probably taking that. They have probably one of the best abilities I've seen in Orcs for a long time.
Very strong.
In your shooting phase, so not in the Overwatch, but in your shooting phase, you get +1 AP if you scratch your nose. No, but basically, either your unit is within range of an objective, or you're shooting against something that is within an objective. That's gonna happen.
So
Like you're
strong.
gonna do it, and you have 3 profiles to shoot from now with the gun. We have the good old classic, as we know, the Daka, the Strength 6, AP1, Damage 2, which is gonna be AP2 most of the time.
But
Uh,
it's better, isn't it?
yeah, it's got lethal hits built in against non-monster vehicle, and it has sustained hits.
Yes.
That is very good.
Very good.
And then they, for some reason, have a Melta at 12-inch range with Melta 2, one shot each, Strength 9, AP3, Damage D3 +2.
Which
The
means it's
D3
D.
+2 base,
Yep, you got
but
it.
just the base of it, it's so good.
Dude.
And then they have a kill shot at 36-inch range, which I like, long range. 2 shots, Strength 8, AP2, Damage 2, which will be AP3 most likely, and it has Hazardous. Just a normal gun doesn't have Hazardous, but both the Melta and the kill shot.
Now,
That
can we just mention one thing real fast? The ballistic skill of all these is 4, not 5.
Yep.
And remember what we spoke about earlier? We can put a big mech or a big mech and mega, or actually, think it's a big mech with them. Now, this big mech gives you ignore cover, so they are hitting on 4s. This big mech also gives you sustained hits, so you can use those damage 3 profiles with sustained hits now, or those melta
Damage
guns with
D3 +2 even.
melta guns with sustained hits now, and we could make it
So
go
good.
even freaking further, my man, because because there are detachments that will add 3 inches to the range of your weapons. There are detachments that will give you rapid fire on flash kits.
Yeah, no, I think that one's gonna be played for some reason. I don't know, just a feeling.
There are
Uh,
detachments that give +1 to hit on models that are inside a transport. There are the combinations that we can run with these flash kits are honestly
too much.
bonkers. These
It's
things,
so good.
man, and you can't even run all the combos together because there's just too many of them, which is kind of hilarious. But
And
it's
also, the
awesome.
melee is still the same.
Yeah,
4 attacks each, hitting on 3, strength 5, AP1, damage 1. Yeah, let me jump out 3, run 12, shoot you, and then charge you with the 10 man. Like, it's so good.
it's so good. Like I don't, I man, if you're not happy, if you are a freebooters enjoyer and you're not happy, there's nothing in the world that can make you happy right now because those flash kits,
It is,
they're definitely way more expensive than they used to be, but they should be, and they're
I'm
real good.
still looking at like 1 10 man to start with,
Yeah, me too.
because it is a big, like you still have to, you can't just kill your opponent. You need to play the game.
Yeah, this entire like codex is pricey, right? I'm not even sitting here and
Yeah.
saying that the whole codex is too pricey, but it is pricey, so you really can't spam these units. But yeah, flash kits, big plus plus. Commandos are more or less the same thing that they used to be. Um, Still 10 man. You can split into two 5 mans. It went up by 5 points in cost. Couple nuances about their abilities. Their squig bomb and they have a new ability to add +3 inches to detection range, but you have to choose which of the two 5 units that you split into gets that ability. They can now be overwatched. Sadly, I wish they would have kept the non-overwatch thing.
Mm.
But yeah,
That was cool.
they're basically the same in my opinion.
Yeah. Uh,
Do you,
and the big chopper there, of course, get the cleave 2 treatment, which is nice.
yeah, but
So they
infiltrators, stealth, like I don't know. I think they're basically the same. Like you said, maybe it's cool if you start attaching them to Snake Rot in this edition.
maybe.
Maybe that could be cool.
Well, I'm thinking of a combo or about taking one of these because you need infiltrate,
Yeah.
probably. So split into fives. Snakebard will go with 5 melee guys, like the Big Chopper, the Breacher Ram, and so on.
Yeah, fair.
And then we'll get the other guy to infiltrate and do the Foundum thing. Because the Foundum, very interestingly enough, doesn't require line of sight.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
So you can hide behind the wall, give extra detection range to your shooting units.
That's cool.
But it's a small combo, but
Yeah.
being able to split them like that, I think I like them.
Yeah, Commando's cool. We talk about Storm Boys. Storm Boys are like total side grade. They're basically the same points cost. They went up ever so slightly, which is another theme of the book. Even things that basically stay the same still went up. So they're now 70/140 if you're taking a 10-man. They no longer advance fallback shoot and charge. Now, when they charge, you can opt to give them +1 attack and strength, but they will get hazardous, which I think is probably the same because they generally never survived fallback shoot and charge anyway. But yeah, Storm Boys, they're fine. Just they went up in cost, which I think was unnecessary, but you still take 1 unit maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
If they work, they work.
If they work, they work. Okay. Now, one thing that I think got a very interesting profile. I'm not sure how much I love it, but it's very interesting. And I know a lot of people are excited about it, is the Tank Bustas. How are you feeling about the Tank Bustas?
Oof. Excited, honestly. They are interesting.
Well, break their profiles and their abilities down for us, please.
Yeah, yes. So the weapon is now split into a standard and a hunter profile, which I like. It's a cool mechanic. The standard is 2 shots. Everything is ballistic 4, which is very nice. But strength 10, AP2 damage 3. And then you have the hunter, which is 3 shots, strength 12, AP2 damage 3. Hunter is, of course, a monster vehicle. Then they have like 1 smash hammer, whatever. We're focusing on shooting here. And they have a rocks barrage. So after they've shot, they force a bad shock test with -1, which is not bad.
No, not at all.
Squig bombs can't double squig bomb if one move. They actually made the wording a lot better now. But the pulsar rocket is once per battle still, and it's only against 1 unit now, and it has to be a monster vehicle, so you can't split fire or shoot termis with it. It gives you still that extra AP. Doesn't give it extra strength. Who cares? We're
Whatever.
strength 12 now,
Yeah.
but lethal hits. So 6 of these guys, 5 of the rockets, because the knob can't take the rocket launcher, but
Right.
just the rocket launchers are 15 shots at ballistic 4. There may or may not be a leader giving ignore cover and sustained hits.
I think
And you're
cool.
going to shoot that. They will murder some vehicles.
That's
in
for
shooting
sure.
For sure.
That's for sure. So one thing I really like about this new codex is I love these hunter profiles.
Yeah,
I love these hunter profiles. I think they're so sick. Extra attack, and extra 2 strength against the monster vehicle. It's really really sick. So I love that, and I also love all the this access to battle shock mechanics because battle shocks are very very powerful. You can make battle shock builds, which is really cool.
indeed.
And they're 145, which I think is pretty fair for them. Do you agree?
Yeah. Cool. They didn't get the knob treatment, so
Nope.
still 2 wounds each. I think that's a fair price, honestly.
Yep, you get 3 wounds on their knob, right?
Yes.
Which is kind of cool, so that could maybe help a little bit. But then we talk about their cousins, the Break Boys, and I think these guys maybe a little overcosted now, but still cool.
If they were 3 wounds each, I would love them a little more.
Yeah.
But they traded down their charge rolls for +1 to charge.
Yeah. So their ability got objectively worse. They no longer reroll charges. They're now +1 to charge, which is still fine. It's like that's still a decent ability. Their melee got worse, just straight up. They did get an extra attack, so they are 3 attacks. Fair play. Strength 7, AP2, damage 2, and their monster vehicle hunter profile takes them to strength 12, damage 3. So they probably are a little bit better against monsters and vehicles on average. The extra attack really does help with that.
Probably about the same.
Yeah.
Oh no, right. They were base 2 attacks before, weren't
they were base 2 attacks before, but you also had there were other you would get the +1 in the wand stuff. So I mean, give or take, they went up by 10 points, which I think is a little a lot. I think they were probably pretty good at 125, maybe even 120. But whatever. I think they're fine. I'm probably not going to be looking at them right now. And their detachment is weird. If you guys have looked at their detachment, like it gives them like this weird thing where it buffs their shooting, which is hilarious.
You have a rocket pistol, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's super, super weird. But anyway, tank busters look great. Breakers, sick models, but it is what it is. So let's look at the next round where we're looking at one of my picks for standout units in the Codex. I legit think this might be one of the best Codex units in the entire Codex, and I can't believe I'm saying that it's the freaking mech guns. Like, like, let me pitch everyone on this, okay? You just choose what weapon you want. We're talking 55 points a model. You can take up to 3 in your unit. You can run this guy with a smash-a-gun, which is 48 inches, hits on 4 attacks, blast 1, strength 4. Or I'm sorry, 4 attacks, hits on 4, strength 7, AP 3, damage 3. You can run them with custom mega cannons, which is blast 1, D3 plus 1 shots, hits on 4, strength 12, AP 2, damage 4. And they get a respective ability that goes along with each one of these profiles that you choose as well. So, for example, if I shoot them with my custom mega cannon, which is that flat damage 4, then they lose 1 leadership. They become zapped. And there's no qualifier for when they become unzapped. So they're just now minus 1 leadership. If you shoot them with that smash gun, which is 4 attacks at strength 7, AP 3, damage 3, the unit is smashed. And when a unit is smashed, they're minus 2 movement. Oh, and by the way, there's no qualifier in here for when that ends. So you're just minus 2 to move, and there's no excluding fly, there's no excluding monsters vehicles. You're just minus 2 to move for the rest of the game.
That is a big thing.
And then the tractor cannon, which is anti-fly 2 up, 2 shots, hits on 4s, strength 6, AP 2, D3 plus 3 damage. The unit now becomes grounded, and they can no longer take to the skies if they're grounded. Remember what the Wa does. The Wa gives you assault when you're riled up. That means these dudes, which now move 5 instead of 3 that they used to move, can now advance and shoot. I legit think these might be the best things in the game because I'm definitely going to be leading them with a big mech to give them ignore cover and to give them sustained hits. Like, that's happening.
It's very good, yeah.
I can't believe I need to go buy some mech guns. Like, these things seem cracked to me. I think they might want to be one of those few units that are actually they might be
cheap.
undercosted, right? So
55 for 1 is so cheap.
It's kind of bonkers. Yeah.
Still a 6 wound T6 platform. Like, you'd easily take like 2 of these solo just to hand out the buffs.
Yeah, bro. Like, oh yeah, sure. You're just smashed now. What? Wait, why does that matter? Well, now you're just minus 2 to move for the rest of the game. How would you feel about that, Felix? What if I did that to you? Would you feel happy or sad?
Imagine if someone
would you be
did
a sad boy?
I would be very sad if someone did that to like Thule or something. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, what if I shoot your, I don't know, Deathwing Knights, and now your Deathwing Knights move 3?
Or like an Imperial Knight.
Or yeah, I'll just shoot everything, and
yeah,
it's really strong. I love those. I love the mech guns. Big fan.
I think that is something that will be FAQ'd. I think they're gonna change it to like until the start of your next shooting phase or something.
I mean, I hope so, but like I'm not.
Yeah.
Like I hope it does.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
Because that's one of the things I'm looking at in the Codex where I'm like, that's actually a problem. That's one of the few things I've seen in the Codex where it's like, all right, this is an issue. GW should.
Yeah. All right. Someone actually made a good comment. There might be something about hardcore. No, that's not. Don't have an end or hardcore to end at the end of the phase. That's not.
I don't know if you could if you can find that rule for us, please post it. But I don't know of any such rule that says those things should expire. Okay, so let us go on into war bikes and tracks. Now, I personally love my war bikes. I absolutely love them. Oh, look at that. We just got a trophy. How cool is that? We get a GOAT trophy from Mr. Jeff Wee. Jeff Wee, you're a rock star. We love you. Thank you so much, dear sir. So let's talk about the war bikes. I think war bikes are one of the bigger glow-ups. They also got a little more expensive, which is good. I think it's totally fairly costed. When war bikers charge, they now get +1 strength and +1 damage. As we alluded to previously, you lead them with a Death Killer War Trike, taking them to that strength 8, damage 3. It's a very, very big deal. These guys hit quite hard, and the Death Killer Warstrike makes sure you're always riled up. I like these guys quite a lot, and they also get slightly better profiles on their melee weapons and stuff as well. I actually don't have them pulled up. Would you mind running through? Do you happen to have those?
So the melee is 3 attacks with the chopper,
Mm-hmm.
hitting on 3, strength 5, AP1, damage 1, which in this case will be strength 6, damage 2.
Yep.
Or we have a custom chopper for the knob.
Right.
And he's 4 attacks on 3s, strength 5, AP2, damage 2, which will be strength 6, AP2, damage 3. These guys will hit pretty hard. Sadly, you can only have 1 biker knob here.
Yep.
I'm thinking 3 guys with the Death Killer.
I see. Oh, sorry guys. I am getting a fact check. I gotta walk back my statements. I was a dumb boy. I didn't know how to read. Pardon me. Under the abilities of the mech guns, under Madcap Artillery, it does in fact say in the paragraph above that the ability lasts until the start of your next turn. So pardon me. Thank you, chat, for fact checking me. I appreciate it. I am still very excited about it. I am less excited, but that's a good thing. My erection can go down now. This is good. Thank you for fact checking me. I appreciate it. This has now been rectified. Okay.
Yeah, no, but I am happy about Warbaggers. But I think like a small unit, because the footprint is just so big, it's very difficult to hide that many mounted bases.
Yeah, totally. The footprint is an issue, but honestly, I don't think you're trying to hide. I think you're just running them up and smashing something hard with
but
them.
if you go second.
Oh, well, it's easy to hide. I don't know. I haven't had a problem hiding on a single map that I've ever played on. Like I don't know. I don't know these magical maps that people are playing on where it's hard to hide units. I just haven't had that experience yet.
Could be some. We had our Cult of Speed player, but obviously he had many big footprints.
Okay, fair play. I mean, if you're taking like well, the Cult of Speed list, maybe then you have a hard time hiding. And then you get the war tracks. War tracks, I don't know. 70 points is a lot for them. If they shoot something, if they hit something, which they won't. If they hit something, though, they can give other Cult of Speed units lethal hits against it. But it's like, it's 70 points. It's Ballistic Skill 5. Means it doesn't ignore cover, which means it's hitting on 6s against everything. I don't know. It does get blown up if it's within range of Cult of Speed units, which is kind of cute, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know.
Better things too. Yeah.
I'm not spending points on that.
Probably not.
But something I might be spending a lot of points on is Death Coptas. Felix, how do you feel about Death Coptas?
Yeah, a lot happier now. If they made an Ingress move, they get the +1 to hit, and they have Uppy Downy now, which is so good.
What up?
Like Uppy Downy with Deep Strike is
man.
amazing as a rule.
Yeah.
And is that a decent melee? Like
their melee got better.
Cleave 1.
Their melee got straight better.
But Hazardous is the sad part about it, but still Cleave 1, Strength 5, AP1, damage 1, 4 attacks each. The Rocket Launcher, again, 2 different profiles.
Mm-hmm.
You have Blast 2 with like Strength 4, AP 0, damage 1.
Yep.
But then 2 shots each, so no more D3.
Yeah, right.
Lethal hits, hitting on Ballistic 5, Strength 10, AP2, damage 3.
Mm-hmm.
There are some combos you can do.
They get +1
with some detachments.
They get like, what is it, like +1 to hit when they come in from Deep Strike? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can play it in like Flyboys, and suddenly you can have sustained hits.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
So if you're riled up, but again, it's an Uppy Downy piece. Yep. Like there's how cheap are they for 3? Is
80.
It 80?
Yeah, it's 80. 80, 160.
Like even having these guys as Uppy Downy just for that is pretty darn nice.
I think it's very relevant.
Like yeah, there are a lot of things you can do with these. There are combos.
The AP1 in melee, I think, is a bigger deal than what people were talking about. I think it matters more than what people were saying.
It could. It's just the Hazardous in melee makes me a little nervous with being a vehicle.
Yeah, that's fair play. And then the next one is we got this Rocket Truck Squig Buggy, which I think a Rocket Truck Squig Buggy actually looks pretty dang good. It's the only buggy that survived on its own profile. But what it does is it has the Squig Launcher, which is D6 plus 6 shots, hits on 4s, ignores cover, Strength 5, AP1, damage 2. It's a lot of attacks. It's quite decent. Its melee is okay. 4 attacks, hits on 3, Strength 7, AP1, damage 2, Cleave 1. But its ability is kind of sick. When it shoots you, if it hits you and you're not a monster or vehicle, you're now -1 to hit until the next turn. And -1 to hit is a big deal in this edition. I really think I like a Rocket Truck Squig Buggy. I think it's a totally solid thing. But I don't think it's amazing. But I think it's totally useful. The ignore cover with that gun is pretty cool. And then we have the other war buggies, which I also think is better than what people are saying. I'm not gonna run out and buy buggies. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's better than what people are saying. So these bad boys, when they advance or when they get within 6 inches of the enemy, you can tell an enemy that they can't use Overwatch. That's cool. You can just turn someone's Overwatch with them off, and they're only 70 points. And their shooting is not nothing. You get to choose from basically one profile. You get either a rivet cannon or a mech special. The rivet cannon has some anti-infantry with some devastating wounds, not too bad. And then the mech special has just a truckload of shots. That's strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. So either
I
way,
think
you go for it.
these are too cheap.
Do you? Interesting.
70 points per model is very cheap for this. It says still 9 wounds T7 on a fast thing.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Felix.
It is.
Felix, you got to get happy. You just gotta.
Why?
We just got a little comment here, letting you know that your Defcoptas are not vehicles;
Ooh,
they're mounted,
I did
so
not.
you don't care about the hazards at all.
That that is true. Very nice. I did not expect that.
Yeah, you don't care about it at all. But yes,
Very good.
so
Very good.
so back to the war buggies though. So yeah, they are pretty cheap. But getting within 6 inches, they move 12. You just advance them up there. You don't care. Just to turn off the Overwatch. Let's say you're playing against Forge Father Seekers and you got to go kill that unit. Well, now you get to go kill that unit.
Yeah, but still like an OC3 piece
Yeah.
that is pretty cheap and has good guns.
I legit think one is actually pretty solid. I think one's pretty dang solid. The shooting's
I wouldn't
not
be
great, but for 70 points, man, like
I think it's actually if you take because they can be in units of 2.
yeah, you can take two, so you can get 130. You can get two of them for 130.
A part of me is go. What if I take 6?
You're a mad lad, is it? But
No, but like you can go for a critical mass with
yeah, you
some
could.
of these things, and them shooting, like 2 of them shooting 12 shots,
Yeah,
strength 7, AP2 damage 2 with dev wound and anti 4 plus,
you can put them in the
and they have
wall, then they
assault
get to
built in.
charge.
Yeah, their melee isn't bad. Like
Yeah,
4 attacks each, strength 7, AP1 damage 2. Cleave 1. It's.
honestly,
I think these could be a sleeper.
yeah, I see a lot of people like, oh, my buggies are all dead. It's like, I don't know, man. These buggies are kind of sick.
And also the mech special, if you go into the point blank with that one, if you go with that instead.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 2 auto
Oh.
hits at strength 5, AP 1, damage 1.
Yeah, but imagine if you're 2 guys, so that's 4d6 plus
46.
4.
Yeah, I mean, it's decent, dude. It's straight up decent.
Or from range, from longer range, 28 shots.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know. I think this could be a sleeper.
yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with you. I think they're pretty dang solid. And the rivet cannon, don't forget, you can run it as torrents. So it goes
Yeah,
anti-infantry 4 up, assault, devastating wounds. At 722.
that's and D3 plus 1 each.
Yeah, man.
That is not a terrible Overwatch either.
Nope. There's like there's real play with these things. So, I might be in the market for one or two of them. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. All right. Okay. Y'all have to forgive me. My slides here ran out, so I'm just gonna have to quickly do it on the fly. Here's some freaking squig hogs. Squig hogs
Oh,
are sad. They look what they did to my boys here.
it's a very different unit now.
Yeah, squig hogs suck. They are now 140. It's a travesty. It's just truly
Yeah,
awful.
lost the Phenom Pain and instead gained plus 1 damage on the charge. With big guns, you can increase the AP, so they will hit hard. The problem is just they're not that tanky. They also lost the toughness.
They
They're
lost
not
a blip of toughness and they lost their 5 hit field of pain, man.
it's a
And
big difference.
it's such a huge difference. They also lost their ability to ignore movement modifiers, which is actually kind of annoying. I found that I found that way more useful than I think people thought it would be. So yeah, these guys at 140, I think might be one of the more overcosted things in the book. I can't really justify running them. I know there is the cool combination that we were kind of talking about, right? Where you run them with that pain boss, and the pain boss then gives them the what do you call it? The -1 to be wounded if the attacking strength is higher than toughness. That's good, but he's 80. He's
I
80
can see
on
like
top of
taking
140. I mean, my man,
I
you're
can see like one solo unit of this, like behind Mosrock, give him loan up, and then they go in and
Just die.
Hopefully kill something.
But like
Kill something.
maybe I don't know, man. If I'm trying to give loan out to Mazrak, I might just run a solo beast boss like for 85. I think just
Because it's not a lot of attacks,
it's
is it?
not. Yeah, they don't get the
But it's
bonus.
a lot of
They don't
damage.
get the bonus attacks in the wall, right?
I think if you play Big Hunt, you could do some damage.
In big hunts, yes. If you're running big hunts, I can see potentially. Maybe I'm running a little strike squad, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's a thing to consider, man. These guys are not like what we what I was hoping for, but we're seeing a lot of stuff that we are hoping for. They do have. It is important to note that they do get the Oh man, they actually don't even have a hunter profile, do they? They just get +1 damage. Yeah, so it's only base AP1. Big hunt, you get them that plus that AP2 against monsters vehicles, which is big. Yeah, my 8-man squad is dead. Long live my 8-man squad.
yeah.
At yeah. So Dump saying he likes them at 120. At 120, maybe. I would definitely revisit them at 120. I would do them at 140. Their durability is like almost trash tier.
The weird thing is, with Orcs now, we have so much that deals a lot of damage. We need more durable things as well. Squigogs kind of used to be that thing that was durable, took a lot of chewing to kill.
Yeah.
We have enough things dealing damage in combat and in shooting, especially in shooting. It's like the Squigogs kind of lost their role, their niche.
I think so too, man. I think so too. All right, let's move on to bigger and better things. We've got some transports to talk about.
Oh yeah.
We have a truck to talk about. This bad boy is kind of a total Chad. Like, we love him more than most things. I think his ability is fantastic now. 60 points. Why don't you break down his new equipment and his new ability for us?
Yeah, the shoot is 6 or 10 shots with lethal hits against non-monster vehicle, which is an upgrade. Ballistic 5 though, and then there's a rocket launcher with the same profile as the cop does. Melee, you have the spiked ram with cleave 1, same thing. Basically, then you have 2 attacks with a claw with strength 10, AP2 damage 2, and 2 attacks cleave with a saw.
Actually, decent melee.
It has more decent melee, yeah. It's like it can kill like a couple of marines maybe. I
But its ability. Its
and
ability.
its ability is good. In your opponent's moon phase, it's like the Whirlwind Rhino. When the opponent comes
Yes.
with an 8, you can disembark. Using the rapid disembark rule.
Yep.
Rapid disembark is a little bit of a shame.
Yeah.
So you can't do it for heroic.
Right. You can't do it for heroic, but you can now disembark so that you can't get trapped in, so you don't get battle shocked when they blow it up. You can disembark so that you can out OC your opponent on the objective. I think there's a lot of use case for it. I think he's just a straight up better truck.
It's a better truck. Question is if we run him or not. Don't know. I don't think it. We'll see. I like the issue is like I see so many things like wait how much infantry am I actually running in the list right now, and it might be like one for a flash get unit maybe, but I might be looking at something else for that.
Guys, my camera messed up, so I think give me 2 seconds. I'll fix it while you keep talking.
Yeah, no.
If you want to talk us onto the wagons, I gotta get this thing fixed.
Yeah, let's get the battle wagon going. So this thing is missing the death roll of forever now. It's got a bit of a different profile. It's toughness 11. You can't increase it anymore. It's still 3 up armors, 6 up involve, moves 10, 16 wounds, OC 5. But it has -1 damage versus range attacks. That is a very big difference.
That is sick.
It also has a lot of melee now. Like it kept the death roll profile, just not the war gear thing. But so it still has the death roll type of melee. It has the extra attacks from the grabbing claw and the wrecking ball. Wrecking ball is actually sick now with cleave 2.
Yeah, that actually is pretty funny.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's pretty similar. Gaskull takes 4 spaces. It's a transport with some good melee. That's about it.
Firing deck 11, right?
Firing deck 11, yes.
Isn't that kind of interesting with our new supercharged flash kits, who in certain detachments can get buffs for, when they're shooting out of firing decks and stuff?
Yeah, a little, but most of the things like the Big Mac buff, the flash kits, not the firing deck. It's interesting. T11 is a little sad, but I am way more interested in the cousin of the battle wagon, the new cool kid on the block.
Yeah, let's talk about the gun running. Guys, my camera is frozen forever. It's impossible for it to be fixed. Sorry. You're just going to have to deal with
I'll fix your gun wagon for you. Hang on a minute. Yeah.
You're just going to have to deal with the fact that
Eh,
my face is stuck in a really dumb position. Sorry, guys.
yeah.
Oh, look at that glorious gun wagon.
There we
Look
go.
at that glorious gun
With
wagon.
all the beautiful war gear.
I actually love this thing. I think this thing's sick. I think this thing's really, really good.
I am big on it. I think I want to test it so bad. It's okay. It's got some good guns.
Yeah.
It's got how many big shooters does it have again? 4. So with rapid fire, because you're gonna be inside of 18, you're shooting 20 shots with lethal hits against non-monster vehicles, strength 5, AP0, damage 1. Then you have Loba, which is blast 3 in direct fire, 3 shot space.
Yep.
And just to keep it in mind, it has an ability to reroll range attacks of hit rolls of 1. Pretty good. But then you have 3 different guns to choose from as the big gun.
3 guns, baby.
So let's start with the one nobody cares about, I think, the cannon. It has a frag and then a shell, and the shell is 2 shots which are damage D6 plus 1.
It's
also the rapid fire 2. Then we have the choice. We have the killer cannon, which is anti-infantry 3 plus, blast 1, and rapid fire 4. 4 shot space, 24 inch range. So the rapid fire is not super easy to get. But hitting on ballistic 4, strength 6, AP3, damage 2. That's not bad. But I'm, and I know you are as well, more interested in the zap gun.
Yes.
This thing.
The zap
Please
gun.
tell us about this thing. This thing is so interesting.
Okay, so I legit think that I have to buy a new battle wagon because I threw the freaking guns away when I bought my last one like an idiot. All right, so the zap gun. Oh, it's beautiful. Look what they did to my boy, right? So it's anti-monster vehicle 4-up. It has devastating wounds. Yeah, those two combine in a really, really interesting way. It also has rapid fire 2 and sustained hits 2 against monsters and vehicles.
At 36 inch range, so a lot easier to get.
It has 2 shots. It hits on 4s. It's strength 8, AP2, damage 4. I think on average you're doing, what is it? You're doing 8 mortal wounds on average to a monster vehicle. Is that right? Am I correct on that?
It's going to be a little higher because you reroll once to it.
That's sick. That's strong.
And then you can buff it, and then it's covered. There's a few things involved, but it can spike hard.
And then it's
the sustain 2.
And then its melee is straight up damn good. Like you have the crush and bulk. It starts with the cleave 2. You have the grab and claw, which is extra attacks. You get the wrecking ball with the cleave 2, extra attacks. And let's not forget one cool little thing. Remember War Horde, which is, I know it's vanilla, it's boring. They have a stratagem that lets vehicles that when they charge gain +1 to their cleave profiles. That takes their crush and bolt to cleave 3. That takes their wrecking ball to cleave 3. Like,
Jesus.
That makes the gun wagon slap hard. And the gun wagon is T12, whereas the battle wagon is T11. That's a pretty important breaking point.
Yes. Oh, no, but that's...
I think the gun wagon rocks. I think it's really good.
I like it. I think just on it's also 150 points.
Yeah,
I think that's very affordable.
I think it's really good, dude. Like straight up, I'm a big fan.
Well, yeah, I painted mine today, which is I like it.
Yeah. Just talking to the chat here for a second. Yes, Bob Scott, I did unplug my camera and plug it back in. I did. It happened. So now you get to look at Felix's beautiful face. I'm just gonna make him bigger now. All right, Felix.
Oh.
You're still on the bottom, but you're gonna become bigger.
Still on the bottom. Okay.
Oh gosh, there's a horrible joke involved there. See, guys, I just made a sexual joke. That's what I did. I did it. You heard me. You heard it here. Happy crumpin'. All right, let's go to the next one. We are talking about another really big glow up in profile. I think the points on these next two are actually very fair, which is cool. So let's talk about the rigs, baby.
The rigs. Oh boy.
We got a hunter rig and we got a kill rig. And their points are actually very reasonable, in my opinion. So the hunter rig is going to come in at 165. The kill rig is going in at 175. The profile is very, very similar defensively, even though offensively we get slightly different on the abilities. But the profile is going to be effectively this. You're going to move 10. You're going to T10. 3-up armor save. 6-up invulnerable save. That's a big difference. They have an invulnerable save now. 16 wounds. Leadership 7. OC 5. Instead of a 6-up Feel No Pain, you have a 5-up Feel No Pain.
That is massive.
The durability increase from gaining that 6-up invulnerable save and then that 5-up Feel No Pain is unbelievable. It's a massive, massive durability upgrade. So right off the rip, we love that. The melee gets very interesting. I'm gonna do the hunter rig for their its stuff, and then I'm gonna have you do the kill rig. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, the funny one.
Yeah, you can do the funny one. All right.
No, you do the funny one. That's the hunter
Oh,
rig.
okay. Well, that's fair. The hunter rig does have some fun. All right. So hunter rig, heavy lava, whatever. Stick a cannon, which is hilarious. Anti monster vehicle 2-up. Hits on a 5. Strength 12, AP 2, damage 3. No one cares. The melee weapons are where it's funny. We have the Butcher Boys, which is anti monster vehicle 4-up. It is going to be 4 attacks. Hits on 3s, strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. We'll get back to that. We have Savage Horns and Hooves, which have Lance. It's 4 attacks. Hits on 4, strength 8, AP 1, damage 3. And we have the Saw Blades, which is Cleave 1. It's also extra attacks. 6 attacks. Hits on 3, strength 10, AP 2, damage 2. Now, right off the rip, I want you guys thinking about this in the Big Hunt, where these attacks get plus 1 AP. But before we get there, let's read these abilities. Fully loaded Butchery. This unit's Butcher Boy's weapon gets plus 2 attacks for every model embarked within this unit, to a maximum of 22 attacks. Yes. When you have models inside of this thing, and you can transport up to 22 Beast Naga infantry models, dude, you straight up have 26 attacks with that hitting on 3s, strength 5, AP 1, damage 1 profile, anti-monster vehicle 4-up. That's kind of hilarious. You can also use Crushing Impact on this model for 1 CP less, which is great. This dude's actually kind of awesome. He was basically useless last edition, but with his massive increase in durability, he'll probably actually be fighting, which is pretty cool. I like him. Tell us about the kill rigs stuff. Oh, oh no. Did I drop Felix? All right, guys, pardon me. Give me 2 seconds. I think Felix somehow got dropped.
No, there we go.
Oh, you back? Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right.
I think yours dropped temporarily.
Did my stream
but,
drop?
we're all good now.
No, it looks like the stream is live. Hey, guys, can you please type in the chat if the stream is still going good? Uh-oh. Stream looks live. All right, guys, give me 2 seconds here. Someone respond to me in chat if we're still up. All right, stream's still up. Cool.
It's good.
Yeah, but you're gone.
Apparently, I'm gone.
All right, cool. They can hear you. All right, so once you start telling us about the kill rig, I'm going to get your picture back up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. I'm just going to get Felix's picture back up while he's going to tell you about the kill rig.
Yes, so kill rig, same profiles as the hunter rig in melee, except the extra 22 attacks, we don't get that. But it is a Psyker level 1, and it has 2 abilities. Also, before that, it has a very interesting shooting piece called Word Tower.
Ooh.
We all love it. It used to be the D3 last cannon. Now it's just 1 shot, but auto hits. Strength 12, AP 3, flat damage 6.
Ooh, spicy.
Very spicy. Very, very, very spicy. It's also psychic, not sure why, but it's weird. So, the 2 powers. We can do Descent, which is the movement phase when we embark something on this. Or something embarked makes a disembark move. If the rig is not bad shocked, you can roll the d6 psychic, so on a 1, you're bad shocked, whatever. But you get +1 to wound against monster vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Something about Snagas there.
Ooh, Beast Snagas coming
Which
in.
means with the strength 6 +1 to wound, you're gonna wound most vehicles on force with that AP2, potentially AP3.
Which gets really nasty.
Yes, and it's also very good for the Snaga boss, who might be leading them with strength 12 +1 to wound.
And the sustained hits and all the stuff that goes along with it, right?
Uh-huh. Then we have power 2, which is when it's selected to fight. If he's not power shocked, once again the d6, he gets lethal hits and psychic on all his weapons. Could be relevant. I think the first ability is way more impactful.
Fair play. I think that's totally reasonable. So yeah, I love these
Fairly
guys.
priced.
Honestly, these points cost, they seem good. Like it's no frazzle. If you guys remember frazzle, it's no frazzle. But I'm freaking here for it, man. All right. Uh,
Yeah.
well, let's get on into the next one. The next one is the one that we've basically been waiting for. Felix, if you would do me a favor, if you could re-click on that
I
video ninja link.
yeah, just did.
Oh, bless you. Then I'll get you back up on stream here. So while I'm getting you back up on video, break down how sick these killicans are, and then I got some things to talk
Oh.
about with the combination here.
So the killer cans, they're our favorite orc ovens. They shake, they bake, they terminate. So these they move 8, which is a great upgrade to moving 8 now.
Yep.
T7, 5 wounds, very good. OC2. 5 wounds is the classic, really good breakpoint. Messes with damage 2, messes with damage 4. So their weapons is just a can blaster now, so you finally don't have to switch their weapons. And you don't even have to choose. It's just 3 different profiles you can do when you shoot.
It's so good because I really didn't want to have to re-glue all my freaking killer
I-
cans. I see
yeah.
you, chat. Bastards. They hate me. That's fine.
Yeah, the killer cons. No, but the killer they can this time. So you have first profile, which is Daka.
Yep.
So 24, ignore cover, ballistic 4, blast 1, sustained 1. 4 shots each, strength 6, 1/1. Standard, pretty good. The kill shot, 24, no funny keywords. And then 2 shots, BS4, 10, 2, 3.
That's great.
Pretty good, pretty good.
That's great.
And then they have point blank, which is the flamer. So 3 shots with blast 2, 5/1/1. That thing can nuke bigger trash units.
Yes.
Oh, that's a 10-man. Well. Each guy will now have 7 auto hits.
And
they have a cool ability.
Yeah.
If they target a unit that has no models with T7 plus, they get +1 to it.
Yeah. And they hit on 4s or they auto hit, which is great. They also hit on 4s in melee, which means now they're hitting on 3s in melee with that strength 8, AP2, damage 3. And if you guys remember, the Con Blasta, which is, blast 1 with sustained hits, it also ignores cover. So they're actually hitting you on 3s with that insane profile of strength 6, AP1, damage 1.
I think these might be the biggest winner of the new WoG, getting Assault and Advanced Charge.
Assault, not to mention the +2 movement they gained in the new Codex. They used to be move 6, now they're move 8. That's huge.
It's always been a problem for WC because we played in WC terrain. The walls have been very unkind to vehicles. And moving 6, these guys have been terrible on it. With how 11 works, with how I played Castellan Robots at WC, I had no problem moving around.
Yep.
And base movement 8 is very good, and also just having to toe in to shoot instead of being holo in. These things are back. 260 for a big unit. I can see it.
Now, Felix, let me break something for you. Let me do this for you. I'm gonna run these guys in the Dread Mob detachment, and like I said, guys, I'll have full detachment reviews out for you later. But just as a little preview, the Dread Mob detachment means that in the shooting phase or the fight phase, when a friendly Orcs Walker unit is selected to attack, you can either choose one of these 3 results, or you can roll 2 dice to get 2 of them. And if you roll repeats, you get to re-roll until you don't get repeats. You get, on a 1 or 2, +1 attack. On a 3 or 4, +2 strength. On a 5 or 6, +1 AP. And the only cost for doing this is if you roll 2 dice, and remember, you get to re-roll, so you will always get 2 results. The only cost is your unit makes 1. Felix? 1 hazardous roll.
1.
Just 1. And I'm just gonna immediately take this to one more step. I know. I'm sorry, guys. In this detachment, for 1 CP, I can just rile up my unit. For 1 CP, I can give my unit mobile in movement or charge phase, meaning now I can run through walls with this unit. For 1 CP, I can give this unit for fight on death. And then there's an enhancement, which I will 100% always be putting on my Big Mech Docker rig, that gives him lone up when he's within 3 inches of a walker unit. And that walker unit then gets to reroll hit rolls of 1.
Yep.
That is all from 1 detachment, people.
Would you look at that? There's what a coincidence! I have exactly 6 killer cans. Oh no!
I have. I think I have 20 of them.
You sick man.
uh, yeah. So I've got a GT in September, and it's September 12th. So I think I'll make rules cutoff where I'll get to do it. I think I'll get to do it.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers. I was interested to come to you guys, but Krakow showed up, and I'm hoping I can take the Codex there.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually not
But
going to be there, so I would have missed you anyway, because I'll be in the States for that one,
yeah,
unfortunately.
fair. But should we maybe move on to your guilty pleasure unit that
My
I've
guilty
heard you
pleasure
talk
unit.
about it year after year after year?
Year after year after year. Yes. Let's talk about the Death freaking Dread. This guy, all right. He's probably actually usable now, and I'm gonna run him because I have 5 of them, and I've never been able to put them on the table. Like, not once have I ever been able to put these guys on the table. So I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Death Dread exists. He's here. This dude, he went up back up to 130. Probably a little pricey, but I don't think it's irrational. I don't think it's unreasonable. His melee got slightly better because now he's base 5 attacks with his claws. So base 5 attacks, hits on 3, strength 12, AP 2, damage 3. And then for each extra claw you can give him up to 3 extra claws. You get an additional attack. That's strength 12,
No,
AP 2,
two extra
damage 3.
class.
Uh, can you give him only 2 extras?
Yes.
Yes, you're right. You can only give him 2 extra claws. But his ability, oh my gosh, his ability gives him just -1 damage. So now he's T9, 2-up armor save with 8 wounds, but now he's -1 damage. You literally doubled his durability, which makes him usable. You could just run these guys in front and cause actual problems to people. Because killing these
I
guys
think
on a 2-up armor save, probably -1 to be hit, with -1 damage, takes a lot more than what you want to put into him.
I think this is the perfect distraction, Carnifex.
Yep.
You open up the game with, look, I put 3 OC on this objective. What you gonna do about it? And you need to commit a fair bit.
What the heck are you going to do about it? I love it. Now, I really don't think that it's actually going to be good, but it's definitely not bad anymore. And that's really all I needed, people. All I needed was my Death Dread to be not dog water level. So this makes me happy. Unfortunately, it came at a cost.
Mm.
And the cost
Reasonable, but
was this freaking Gorkanaut and Morkanaut. Guys, I just grabbed this image off the internet, so shout out to miniature painters who have this logoed on them. So whoever they are, they painted it. It's beautiful.
oh, these are sad times for the knots.
All right, the knots got some things that made them straight up better, but it just came at a brutal points cost. And also, unfortunately, the Dread Mob detachment, which really likes the Orc Walkers, excludes Titanic units. And that is a big freaking problem, unfortunately. So the Gorkanaut is coming in at a massive 325 points. And
Oh,
it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Now, I do not expect it to stay this high, but it's a lot. And then the Morkanaut came in at a 345. There is effectively no way to ever buff them in any detachment because, as we said previously, the mech does not give +1 to hit and it doesn't heal Titanic units. So there's no way to buff these guys. There's basically no detachment out there that buffs them, except maybe Warhorde can give you gives you sustained hits. I think that's in melee. I think that's the only way you can really buff them. Their ability's cool.
or the mech.
No, the mech doesn't. It excludes Titanic units.
Oh right, oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
let's throw this in the trash.
Yeah. Now they have a cool ability. I will say they've got a cool ability. Both of them share the same ability. They have assault ramp, so they're basically land raiders. You can get out of them after they move and still charge, which is cool. Their profile is still durable. They move 9, T12, 2-up armor save, so they got a bonus piece of armor, which is cool. 20 wounds, OC 8. Gorkanaut has a 6-up invulnerable save. Morkanaut has a 5-up invulnerable save. The shooting is fine for the Gorkanaut. He's okay. His Deathstorm Mega Shooter is his claim to fame, and it's like 3d6 shots. It's like strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. And when you run it in its torment profile, when you do its non-profile, it gets lethal hits against non-monster vehicles. 20 shots, ballistic skill 5, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. It's like whatever. Its melee is great. 6 attacks with cleave 3, weapon skill 3 up, strength 18, AP 3, damage 6, and it rerolls hit rolls of 1 in melee. So its melee is legit terrifying. I'll give it that. But it's way too expensive. It's just way too expensive, man.
Yeah, no, it's Morkanauts as well. I don't even think its shooting is that good.
Nah, Morkanaut is actually 20 points more expensive. For those 20 points, it gets invulnerable save a 5 up at all times. Okay, that's fine. But its shooting profile is like it hits on 4s, but it doesn't ignore cover, and it does get to reroll hit rolls of 1. It's got a custom Mega Zappa, which I don't know, strength 3 shots, strength 12, AP 2, damage 4, which is cool. But it hits on,
Does
you know,
but doesn't just like the gun wagon shoot harder than this
that
thing?
gun
And
wagon just
is
straight up shoots significantly better at
is
150,
less than half the cost,
less than
and
half the cost.
it's pretty much as equally as tanky.
Yeah,
It's not a big difference.
it's a big swing and a miss. These guys just, I don't mind their profile. I don't mind their abilities. Their
It
abilities
comes
are
down a
cool.
lot.
Those points are just obnoxiously overcosted for them. I just can't. There's no way because you can't
No,
buff them. There's not even a detachment that can make them interesting. That's
if
the
they
real
come down
issue.
to like 16 wounds and dropping points and become the orc land raider, maybe.
Yeah,
But it's just
it's too much.
uh,
It really is.
it's trying to do too much, and because of that, it's getting the biggest points hike. Yeah.
Now you, you
Oh,
you you could rile them up to be clear. Like yes, and they do get assault, which means they do advance shoot and charge. But like, listen, there's another guy who's going to be riled up all on his own, and there is a model that has not been useful since 8th edition, which I legit think is probably a pretty good model. And he is called,
I
what is he called? Felix, name him.
the goddamn Stompa.
Speak his name. Speak his name,
Stompa. He's just.
dude.
I like it.
Dude,
At 700 points.
I think I like it, dude. I straight up think I'm gonna be bringing this dude to tournaments. Like, not ironically, not just being awesome. I'm going to be seriously bringing the Stampa to the army.
Like, why is the weapons actually good now?
I mean, he's T14. He's a 2-up armor save, 5-up invulnerable save, which is hilarious because his ability puts him always in the wall. He's always riled up, so he would have a 5-up invulnerable save anyway. He has 30 wounds, 6-up leadership with OC 12. Now, it is important to note he is Titanic, meaning the mech cannot give him +1 to hit, and the mech cannot heal him. This does matter. But he's got a really cool ability. His ability puts anything that disembarks in the wall. That's very strong. And you could have 22 orc infantry models in him. Or you could have 44 Gretchen inside of him, Felix. Keep that. Don't forget that. You could put 44 Gretchen inside of him. Just saying. Just saying.
That's yeah. It's a party.
He's got 5 big shooters with 3 shots each, or 5 shots when you're within rapid fire range. He's got the Def Cannon Super Rockets, which is Blast 2, 72-inch range. 72-inch range. It'll be Blast 2 with 12 attacks, hits on 5s, strength 14, AP 3, D6 plus 2 damage. You've got the Super Gatla, which is 30 shots, which gives you lethal hits against non-monster vehicles and sustained hits. And it's at strength 7, AP 2, damage 2. But its secondary profile is the one I really like, which is when you run it as a torrent at 12 inches, which is 3d6 plus 3 shots that automatically hit at 7, 2, 2.
If only you could Overwatch with him. If only.
Now, don't forget though, he is towering, which means he will be +1 AP or +1 ballistic skill when he's within 12 of you. So it does kind of offset the cover. So he will typically be hitting on 5s because he moves 10 and he will always be advanced shooting and charging. And then lastly, we have the melee weapon, which is the most hilarious profile to ever read out loud. And
What the heck is that?
I am blessed to read this. You know what, Felix? I love you. Please read this melee profile. Please do us the honors.
In the words of Johnny Depp, but it's not a mega pint, it's a mega chop.
Mega Choppa.
6 attacks with cleave 4.
Cleave 4.
4. And it's hitting on weapon skill 3, strength 24, AP 4, damage 10.
It is the most absurd melee profile I've ever heard of in my life. When he attacks a 5-man squad, he gets +4 attacks.
It's so like it's 14 attacks against 10-man term unit. It's very fun. But also I like at 700 I don't think it's overly costed and unplayable. I don't think it's great, but
I think it's legit can be good, like straight up. I think it can legit be a good unit now.
Maybe if the model wasn't so huge, maybe.
Well, he does get to move through walls.
He does, but
I don't know if he could fit, but on the actual
yeah, no,
table.
that and also like touching so many, like keeping him hidden because he may have 30 wounds, but he's not that difficult to kill for a lot of armies.
He, well, I mean, the toughness 14 is legit, and the 5-up invulnerable save is real, and it will be literally impossible for him to not have cover.
This is true.
Now,
Maybe I'm just looking at everything from the Admech mirror. I was like, yeah, I'll kill him.
woe to anyone who tries to play this guy into Votan. But like besides that,
Oh boy. Oh god.
you don't want to play this guy
Oh
into
god.
Votan. But besides that, he's a legit problem, man. I mean, last
Yeah.
cannons are winning him on 5s.
Yeah. No, it's not bad.
So,
It it's actually not bad.
guys, we've got
I was
one
afraid they're gonna go like 10,000 points or something.
10,000 points. We've got one more
Who knows?
profile to read for you. And basically, we're just gonna skip to the thing. All the jets all blow except for one, the Wazbomb
Oh my
Blessed
god,
Jet. So
I've been
we're gonna do it.
cooking with this guy.
Yeah, so Felix has been cooking with a Wazbomb Blessed Jet. We'll let him explain it to you. All of the other Docket Jets and everything, they all suck. So we're not gonna waste your time.
Yeah, fuck.
And we've been going for 2 hours, so we want to wrap this bad boy up.
Yes, the Wasp Bomb is
Wazbomb at 175.
We're cooking with gas. It's 175. I was like, this is probably gonna be like 210.
And how much is the third one?
175. 195.
195.
I don't want to play 3 just because it's aircraft and I need to play the mission.
Yep.
But I am very much right now gonna test out running 2 of these bad boys. So here's the thing. You run this in an attachment called Flyboys.
Flyboys.
Which I'm not sure how much the upgrade is in points, but you'll take it.
I have it here for
that. That upgrade allows you to ingress turn 1.
Enhancements.
That is amazing.
Flyboys.
So before we go through the profiles, the detachment also gives you, I believe it's you get sustained hits when you rile up. Do you also get like reroll ones to hit normally?
I think that comes from the Fly Wall, if I'm not mistaken. Here, let me
Flyboys, yeah. So what he has is a very cool ability. When he shoots something that is a monster vehicle, he gets +1 to wound. Important to keep in mind. He has one dual super shooter, which is actually very good against trash. Every gun here ignores cover, which is important.
It's very important.
Apparently it costs 15 for DA, but maybe same here. Who knows? But it will be in rapid fire. It will be. So it's going to be 12 shots on ballistic 4. We're going to have. Oh no, right. It's +1 to hit.
+1 to hit,
hits.
and that's from the detachment roll when you're riled
up. Yes, and then something else I forgot. Because it gives you 2 things: 1 base and 1 when you're riled up.
So you get +1 to hit when you're riled up, and then the thing that you get outside of that is you do not count towards points value for strategic reserves.
Oh, it's only well.
Yeah.
But still, there you have ballistic 4, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. Lethals against non-monster vehicle. Great. Then we have the dual teleport to Mega Blaster. Don't care. Let's go on to the real gun. No, wait, that is the one we care about. My bad. So fast. It's 24 shots. Sorry, 12 shots. With 2 of them, it's going to be 24 shots. 24-inch range. Ignores cover, blast 1. Why is this thing strength 9, AP 2, damage 3, and why do I get so many shots?
It's a lot of guns, man. It's a lot of PPUs, and you have a base.
Why do I have?
You based 5-up invuln as well, which is good.
It's a uppy downy thing, just shooting left, right, and center.
Hitting on 3s.
So cheap.
Because it
also has a 5-up invuln.
Yeah, and it'll always be riled up, so it's always hitting on 3s. It's a lot of shots, man.
Yeah, it doesn't stop there. We also have a smasher gun.
That's true.
4 shots more with strength 6, AP 3, damage 3. Because why not? So per plane, we're shooting 16 shots, damage 3. Hitting on 3s.
It's a lot.
Why?
Now it is only
12. Oh, maybe more because blast on one of them.
Now it is kind of useless against a lot of your hidden enemies because it kind of has to come in from strat reserves, which means it's never going to be really within range of anything that's hidden in the middle of the board. But anywhere else, you're going to chew through any elites in the game. Just chew straight through them.
It's just something that forces your opponent to play so differently.
Yeah, it's a problem. The fact that they can come in turn 1 is It's a bit of an issue.
Yeah, it really messes up with the deploy, and when you can come down, because they don't have frame.
They don't have frame, so that's crazy. They don't have frame.
You can also overhang the board,
And that +1 to wound
and
rolls against monsters and vehicles just makes it so scary into so many things.
you're wounding on 4s with that, like a land raider on 4s,
It's a lot, man.
or oh look, a T9 speeder wounding it on 3s.
It's obnoxious. It's
It's
absolutely
so,
obnoxious.
I am looking at running 2Vs
Yeah.
very fast.
Yeah, the way you get sustained hits would be from the Cult of Speed strat from Jacob. Thanks, Jacob.
But it's
Super Evil Monkeys wants to know: have the dispositions for each of the detachments been revealed? Yes, they have. We got a plethora. We got a plethora of purge. We got a plethora of taking holds and stuff like that. Felix Morris Stung wants to let you know that your mustache is sick and amazing.
Thank you. Oh.
Kelly Hosing wants us to discuss the boss bunker. All right, Kelly, because you asked about it.
Oh God, I don't even think I have the sheet here.
I have it. Listen, the boss bunker sucks. Just like move on. No, all the boss bunker does is if it starts on your home objective, then you can add the units that are inside of its OC to its OC. That's what it does for 130-ish points or something like that. It's ludicrous. It's just like it's nightmarishly bad. Yeah. So guys, these data sheets are awesome. This codex is absolutely awesome. The dispositions.
The best part is,
yeah, go for it.
You looked at so many sheets, and there were very few times we went, "This is shit."
Almost none, never. Almost none.
Yeah, no, it's like everything has like a place.
Everything.
And I'm kind of like a kid in a candy store, and like my list is 4,000 points. This is a problem.
GW did a good job for us.
I agree. There's going to be so many different lists.
Yes.
And you know where it's going to be the most fun?
Where's that?
In teams, as always.
Oh no, I was gonna say inside the Happy Crep and Wargaming server, where we're gonna be hosting TTS tournaments, which are gonna be announced on Monday. So you should get in there and like, subscribe and all that nonsense. But yes, so this is probably the coolest codex that I've ever seen. When you get into the detachments, like I said, I'll have revealed for you later this week. I'll release some cool combos for you. I'll talk about like the initial armies as well. The combinations, I think you can get like 364 different combinations out of the 14 DP1 detachments if you combine them in every single way. You're more math nerd than I am. You would know better, but it's
365, it seems.
365. That is absolutely crazy.
One for every day of the year.
And then we got Warhorde, of course, which is honestly the Warhorde detachment is pretty damn good. Like it's pretty good. So this is one of the best written codexes I've ever read. It's not overpowered. GW costed it too much. Some of these units are just straight up too expensive. A very, very few of them are a little too cheap. That doesn't mean it's going to be a weak codex. It's going to do just fine on release. So if you're an orc player, you'll be just fine. You might be at like a 48% win rate, a little bit. That's fine. You're no issues. You also might be higher. We don't really know. I do think some of these data sheets need to go down, but I'd much rather that we start a little too expensive than start a little too cheap. And then as the edition moves on, we can come a little bit down in points. So I love everything about this. It's amazing. Felix.
I agree. We need the wasp bomb needs to go down a little just for me to run a third one.
Shut up. The wasp. These things need to go up to 210 points.
I'm not buying them. I might print one, but I have 2 friends already painted 2 of them, so I'm set for that.
Oh jeez.
I mean, the moment I saw, it's like, do you guys own these? They're like, yeah, like mine.
Yeah. Just keep in mind when you guys look at the win rates for the first few weeks of tournaments, anytime there's something new, it's always going to have a slight spike because people don't know how to play into it at first. So if you see the first week where it's like, 56% win rate, it's not real. Give it 3 weeks, and then you go, then the third week it was a 51, and then the fourth week it was 40. Like, that's what I predict is happening. I could be wrong. I recognize I could be wrong with that. But congratulations, Orks. You got an awesome codex.
Win rate isn't super important, which is very important to keep in mind. If it's an outlier at like 35% or 75%, then it's usually a big problem. Between 50 and 60, it's whatever.
I pay a lot more attention to podiums, like how often it's podiuming, than I do to actual win rate. Raw win rate can like. So, yeah.
Let's remember this is a skill-based game, and we have the proof of that. The same players keep winning over and over again, and some new players keep showing up, and they keep performing.
Yeah.
Always focus on your own strategy. don't focus too much on the win rate. It's whatever.
And I'm just gonna leave you guys with one last word of wisdom, and then I'm gonna give Felix last word. So in our Discord earlier, I think I wrote off a model in the Codex, and I'm really really grateful because one of our members called me on it, and they're like, "Dude, it's too early. You can't write off these models. There are combinations," and I was like, "Oh crap, that's true." Yo, this Codex has so many combinations. Any of these data sheets you don't like, don't write it off, man. You're gonna find something for it. You're gonna find something for it. So shout out to Danny for calling me out. I appreciate you for that. So there's that. Felix, last word, and then we'll end this thing.
Let's have a good old proper WOG. Let's bring the new WOG to the new people.
Ooh, I love it. I would actually shout it right now, but my little girl's asleep, and my wife would probably kill me. So
it's not worth the couch.
No, it's not. All right. With that, gents, we love you. We appreciate you. We hope you all have an amazing evening. And until next time, crump on. Bye bye.